saw that trailer. I had seen the other one from the like EA event, but all right, I'm just gonna turn the volume off and give a quick look because I had already seen some of the gameplay they had shown. Oh, this is like real gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
That
like
was like a puzzle jumping mission that they showed before.
looks
Oh my
like
god,
No
this
Man's
looks
Sky,
good.
but with an actual game added on top of it.
Yeah. Well, have you played any of the original Mass Effects?
No,
I did a little bit of one.
it says that it doesn't look like those very much, so that's more like an RPG kind of like story, right?
No, not really. The first one is.
They still have shooter elements, but it's dice rolls still happen in the background. That's the way it works.
Yeah, more so in the first one.
Yeah.
Two, I would say Mass Effect 2 and 3 are very much more shooters, cover shooters than anything else. But this looks more continuing that trend to being a shooter first. Whereas 1 felt a lot more like an RPG, but anyway, this looks pretty sweet. Alright, let's get the live stream. It is live now, so let's check it.
Live! So everybody stop yelling racial slurs and stuff.
So I can't say Whitey McCracker Cracker?
Honky.
Yeah. That's not
Alright,
fair.
Matt, what are you going to sound like?
I'm gonna sound like this.
You're a little bit
that's alright
quieter
with you.
than us. Are you further away from the mic?
How about now?
That's fine.
Okay.
Uh,
I move away from the mic to breathe.
I don't. What's the hashtags I should use for this tweet?
Just do all of the trending hashtags.
Oh yeah, okay.
What's trending right now?
Harden Volume 1, got Capcom Cup 2016, the TUF
Penn
finale.
State.
My
Touchdown
home is
State.
filled with hashtag on.
Dr. Pepper giveaway.
Okay, hashtag Dr. Pepper giveaway. Hashtag just a prank, bro. That's all I got. All right. Oops. I need to delete that tweet.
Why, what happened?
Because I didn't actually put a link to the recording on it.
No, you didn't. You absolutely didn't. Just
So-
reply to it.
No, that's okay. Hashtag recording. Hashtag live. Hashtag born in the 80s. Hashtag bite
Hashtag hash brown.
army. Hashtag hash brown. Hashtag dabbing. Hashtag
Now, next to all the
Smash
trending
Mouth.
stuff, it says
And what-
John Danger Rose tweeting about this.
hashtag smash mouth. Hashtag what's popular? Lazytown memes.
Yep, B-movie.
Hashtag B movie. Hashtag podcast. Doesn't. Oh, it totally fits. That's all I got. Okay. We're properly SEO-ified for this. Yeah, maybe I should add that to the editing on this guy too. Let me just edit the info and settings on this one. Just add B movie to the thing. Let's see here. Cars 3 trailer slowed down. What are other popular SEO guys? Cars 3 trailer slowed down. Lazytown songs. Matt, come on. You know some memes.
The dankest memes. Let's see what's on the front page of Reddit.
Let's see here.
Nothing good.
The Last of Us.
What about the trailer of the... What about the version of YouTube where it's the Bee movie? Have you seen the Bee movie where...
Sped up.
No. Every time they say the word bee, it switches to the movie Ants. And every time in Ants, when they say Ants, it switches back to Bee movie, where it was.
I haven't, but I saw the B movie speeding up one.
Yeah, that one's really good.
The B movie trailer, every time they say the word...
I saw a ridiculous one, and this was on the Yogscast Jingle Jam stream, because they were, on the first night, they were just fucking around playing videos on YouTube, and it was amazing. And they played Lazytown, We Are Number One, but every time they say one, it plays the Cars 3 trailer speeding up each time, except for the part where the car, forget the god name in that Lightning Queen is crashing, and that part's slower every time. So it's ridiculous because it cuts away from the song to show this like minute and a half long teaser that keeps speeding up each time.
Where did this trend come from?
I don't know, but it's crazy. Or like have you heard the All Star Smash Mouth where the entire song is him saying, oh shit, what the hell is it?
What was he saying?
Oh, somebody. So many auto-tuned that, like him saying that. It's fucking amazing. Anyway, Lazytown songs, memes, dank memes, just a prank, bro.
Minecraft gameplay video. Put that in there.
Well, we also I'm updating the name as well here, because it seems like YouTube,
is the greatest, is what you're gonna say.
Okay, I've changed the name of the episode on YouTube.
I saw it change live.
Because apparently, I watched. If you haven't watched the new H3 video, it's like, so YouTube's gone back to just promoting ridiculous clickbait stuff in the trending. So it's all just like, oh my god, click on this, gone violent, warning, like, it's and like a weird like thumbnail of someone's like head like being chopped off, and you're just like, whoa, I gotta click that to see, and then it's some dumb shit.
Can we make the thumbnail like some very large bosoms?
Yeah, where they're like, hey, give me 10,000 likes, and then we'll get more. Like, it's like, fuck off. Like, just like begging. It's like the worst. Like, YouTube is the worst now. Anyway. Yeah, I can't change the thumbnail, I think, while it's recording, so I'll do that afterwards. There will be some tasteful bosoms. Okay, alright, Google image search. Tasteful...
Search large tasteful bosoms. I'm gonna play this while you do that.
Oh yeah.
Well, going off of the first thing, tasteful bear college girl bosoms, most sexy C words, and naughty babes from sexycunt.info. I don't know if I'm going to get safe and tasteful images with this search, but let's find out.
You have to turn tasteful search on.
Tasteful search. Wow. I'm just going to say this. If you Google search tasteful bosoms, you will get zero nudity.
Stuff.
No, it is very tasteful. Like, there's some old images, some sort of not clip art. What's it called? Like, what's all the random image? Yeah, stock photos of like people measuring breast size, like for like a dress. Some old timey photos here. Someone covering their bosoms. There's a pregnant Princess Peach with bosoms. Do you think I could get away with posting this pregnant Princess Peach as the episode title image?
Nintendo doesn't look at our stuff yet. They're not onto me, even if I work for them.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I think we're fine.
I think so too. I mean, she's covering her bosoms. I think this is a celebration.
Make sure you do
of the pregnant
Elsa,
form.
Spider-Man.
I'm gonna have to. I gotta share this image though. I gotta get your. I gotta get your guys' opinions on that. Is that, you think that's safe for me to put as the episode image title? Will we get pulled off YouTube?
I'm not gonna look at that right now. But...
What the?
It's DeviantArt.
Go for it.
You think so?
Yeah.
I could just take a bra
What's
shot.
the worst that they'd do? They'd like unlist the video or something.
But I am about to tell you that a Bing search of that
is not good.
Did not come up with nice stuff, especially when Safe Search was off.
Ooh, Bing has got the shit. If you want hot shit, you go to Bing.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm gonna do tasteful bosoms, but I'm literally
Those are
going
tasteful bosoms.
I know, but I'm literally going to take.
Not the Princess Peach one.
I just want to take. I want to take a photo of someone in like a ridiculously like completely covering everything bra. It was like my, like
one of those old timey ones that's all pointy and shit.
So, if we're gonna go memey on this, tasteful bosoms, but every time you get to a nipple line, the next picture gets blurrier.
Oh, that's it. That's the new meme. Here's an image now with Reagan with boobs in his chin. Someone has drawn... Okay, I'm just describing images now. We should probably get started. I'm just trying to find tasteful bosoms. And I feel like that pregnant Peach might be a little far.
I think I'll be able to find something for you.
I think just discussing this is going to put me on some kind of list or something.
Yeah,
What,
the awesome list.
Men who like bosoms.
I don't know. The Bing search kind of backfired on me.
Yeah.
As it is wont to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. How about just this anime bosom? That's good.
Yeah.
No one's getting hurt when I post that bosom.
Except for me.
Well.
You know,
yeah. Me too when my heart breaks.
Oh. Search tools. Let me just get size. Let's get 4 megapixel tasteful bosom photos. I mean, that's as tasteful as it gets. The electronic bra from Microsoft.
Does this have Bluetooth support? I wouldn't put it past it.
All right. I've got the image. It's a wet bra. It's very tasteful.
We're gonna get so many
Oh
SEOs.
my god.
We're gonna get like all the SEOs.
Google will have to reinstate your ad revenue privilege.
I know. They're going to be like, shit, there's so much tasteful bosom here.
That's not tasteful or a bosom. What is that doing in those search results?
Yeah. I like that when you search like tasteful bosoms and like there'll be just like pictures of like celebrities just like not like in any sort of bosomy photo. It's like, how did this get put on? Like Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I mean, I like her. I don't know if that would be the first thing that I would think that would come up with the tasteful bosoms search. Regardless, we should probably get started. Big ups to the cupcake bosoms that show up on that search. I like the word bosoms. Is bosoms a good word?
It's a fun word. It's a good word.
Bosom.
It's old
Bosom. Bosom. I went Cosby for a little sec.
Yeah.
Hashtag Gone Cosby. All right.
Nope.
That means something different now.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of drinks. I'm drinking Eagle Rare. But let's get started. Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 244. I'm your host, John Rowe, joined by my co-hosts.
Matt Hag.
And TJ May.
That's right. Every time a co-host says something, it speeds up by 20%.
Of course.
Oh.
Something.
No.
Oh, YouTube. Oh, that's some good shit. I love this song. I don't have any tortured memories of it at all. Uh-oh, what's going on?
That was my memification of that.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, you are awarded 20 YouTube bucks.
Yay.
That's 20,000 views. Get you 20
Yay.
YouTube bucks.
Well, 20,000 views will get you about 20 cents.
Yeah, how
for
much
ad revenues.
how much money
Nope.
per view YouTube?
It actually depends on what ads, whether they're watching the full ad or skipping, what time of year. It's complicated.
Okay, here we
Anyway.
go. Average YouTuber.
It's about $2 per 1,000 impressions.
Yes, $75 to $3 per 1,000, depending on other factors. So you could say $2 a 1,000. Seems pretty honest.
Well, my favorite number is a prime number, so it doesn't have a lot of other factors. Just
So $2 a 1,000 means $40 for 20,000 views. That's not too bad. I have a YouTube video that has thousands of views.
Well, aren't you special?
I have one. Matt, you got a bunch, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
see.
Yeah. It's like not enough to make any money off. And when you're doing cover songs, they split that pie up even more to like give it to the original copyright holder.
Of course, because why give you anything for your effort? Whereas YouTubers who just, record themselves talking over a full playthrough of a game, they don't have to split that with nobody. So, the world's a
Yes.
fair place. Most viewed video that I have is my Internet Masterpiece Theater for Amy's Baking Company, which has 1,600 views. Not a lot, but 22 likes. That's pretty good engagement.
Mhm.
And that's it. I have a couple other World of Warcraft videos, like back from when I played. Oh my god! I actually have a couple. What the hell? I have an Overwatch video, play of the game that I uploaded that has 400 views and 5 likes.
Oh, nice.
Huh. It's probably the best highlight I have. It's one where I'm playing as Junkrat, and there was a Symmetra that had, got all the way up to the base on Hanamura, and was, right before the last checkpoint, had put, a teleporter and then a bunch of, turrets in a tiny little room off to the side. And I rolled my thing in there and turned the corner and just saw, a billion, turrets, and her standing there with her little portal, and I was like, oh, yeah. And I killed, 6 people. It was amazing. Because a bunch of people were using it, so yeah, it's a real good one. It's 20 seconds, but can't monetize 20-second videos though. That's the thing. Oh, YouTube.
Yeah, it's gotta be exactly.
I wish I could monetize on YouTube. It'd be nice.
Well, maybe you should stop trying to scam everybody.
Yeah, I'm scamming. I'm scheming and scamming. Well, now I am. I've embraced the
Scheming.
scam.
Scheming and scamming.
Yep. What if that was
Some fan.
two? What if that was two friends? One named Jonas Schemin and Jordan Scamming.
Oh, and
We're
they're always
scheming and
getting up to
scamming.
stuff.
Oh, we're always
Those
getting up to
guys.
stuff. Scheming and scamming. Oh my god! I think that was actually the original title for Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer. That was, and then he was like, you know what? I'm not a bad writer. I'm gonna change that.
Stop by next week for
right.
another episode of Scheming and Scamming.
All right, time to write my book. Let's put a bunch of N-words in there that you got to explain to your children. Do.
I don't
Hey,
know.
If we just ban all the books and pretend that racism never happened, that fixes everything, right?
Yeah.
No, it makes it happen
Guys?
again.
I just want to mention that I have looked down, and this won't make any sense, I think, to anyone that hasn't listened to the end of this episode, because that stuff will go at the end. But on my downloads, there is tastefulbosoms.jpg. So I'm just staring at that now. Okay.
You're going to get some weird advertisements from that search history.
I'm not going to get any. Oh, from the search history? Oh, yeah, I know.
Well, just all of the cookies and whatnot, and the
Yeah.
who's it and the what's it. And
Well,
the
they don't
and
call
the
them
pixels.
cookies anymore. I mean, when I was little, maybe. Oh, my God. Hey, oh, man. Speaking of tasteful bosoms, did you see that the Henry VIII, like they're doing a documentary on BBC or something, and they had access to the Vatican where they have letters from him? And they wrote love letters to, what was it? Was it Anne Boleyn? God, who was it? Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. One of his many wives. And he called her breast her pretty little duckies, which was really gross to think about when you think about it, because he was kind of a
resemble ducks.
He was kind of a maybe she did though.
It's very feathery.
Maybe rubber duckies were a thing back then. He just wanted to squeeze them. It's fine.
When I search pretty little duckies, it's just John Cryer and Pretty in Pink, aka Ducky, doing this Otis Redding song. So I don't think that worked. It's spelled in ye olde English, so I don't really know how to find it. Anyway, yeah, Henry VIII, what a creepster. Who thought? News. Do you have the news theme, Matt?
Trial.
All right, this week in trial news. Henry VIII was a creepster. Oh, fuck, man.
We'll get to the bottom of this.
That is... Can we talk about that theme for a second? That is the best theme ever.
It is
Yeah.
the best.
Oh, it's just like the second you hear it, you know exactly what you're watching. And you know that you're going to see, you know, some police people talk to a bunch of random people that are doing like fake actions with their hands to look like they're doing something. You know what I mean? Like, hey, did you see what happened in the bar last night? And he talks to the guy who's like stacking bottles, you know, like, no, man, I didn't see much. You might want to talk to Mickey, though.
Nothing.
You know, like, just that's every scene in that show where the police are talking to someone, the actor is like giving the like, look like you're doing a job kind of thing. Like, don't just stand there and talk like anyone who would talk to a police officer would do. Because like you wouldn't imagine a cop coming in and you just would be like, I'm too busy to stop stacking these linens on this shelf to talk to you. You wouldn't just be like, all right, police officer, I'll talk to you for 5 minutes. Like, what? Anyway. Sorry, TJ.
Let's answer the important question.
Mm-hmm.
What's the best Law & Order series?
I don't know. I like the original one. It's the only one I've seen a lot of.
I'm a big SVU fan. I like the special.
You like the rape?
Yeah.
He likes special victims.
Passively.
That's the rape one, right?
It is. It is the rape one.
So, Special Victims Unit. Was that for victims that are special?
Yeah.
That's a tough show to watch.
It is. It is a tough show to watch.
Yeah.
They had like one that was inspired by Michael Jackson. They had an episode on there that was inspired by that one guy who would kidnap people, put them all in the same wedding dress, take a picture of them, keep them for a week, and then kill them.
Ripped from the headlines.
Yeah.
Okay, so what were all the Law and Orders? I got to get through this. We got Criminal Intent. That was another one.
Yeah, early seasons had Vincent D'Onofrio in there.
What was the point of Criminal Intent? It says ripped from the headline. Oh, no.
The intent of the criminals.
Mostly deep homicides.
So this was the Major Case Squad.
Yeah.
So this was like big, not just like, oh, here's a homicide. It's like, this is like a hitman that's got a lot of stuff. It's like, all right, so the original one's good. That's just, okay, what are the spin-offs, though? Give me the spin-offs.
I think it's just the three. I think it's just original, SVU, and Criminal Intent.
Oh, I can't imagine. There's got to be like 7 other ones. Oh, here we go. Law and Order franchise. Oh boy, are you wrong.
How many
There
more?
was Law and Order, 20 seasons, 456 episodes.
That's a lot of
But
episodes.
over 30 years, 1990 to 2010, SVU, which has almost as many seasons, 99 to present, 393 episodes.
Wait, they're still making SVU?
Yes, they are. Criminal Intent, which had 10 seasons and like 200 episodes. That's 10 years. I thought that was a short one, but no, there's two other ones. Law and Order Trial by Jury,
Oh, I think.
which lasted one season,
Yeah.
and Law and Order LA, which lasted one season. So,
So it's a big three, and then some stuff that.
okay, do you want to hear this shit? Upcoming series. Law and Order, You the Jury.
Reboot. Oh,
You-
do I get to text in like American Idol?
I think so. As an upcoming spin-off courtroom docudrama that will allow viewers to decide the verdict on real legal cases and vote on the veracity of witnesses and persuasiveness of evidence through the trial. It will air live.
That's kind of cool.
I don't think that's.
I don't think it'll
happen.
do well, but
How awesome would that be, though? Like, that is, like, such a genius idea, though, for, like, a Judge Judy kind of show. Is, like, rather than have Judge Judy come up with the verdict at the end, the audience texts in, you know, like, this is the people stay, you know, like, your retired people, your stay-at-home moms, which are the people that are on juries anyway, because everyone else, like, fakes an excuse to get out, because they have, you know, to go to work.
yeah.
But Jeff Goldblum.
That's the thing
Criminal
that
Intent as
already
well.
happened.
But like, that's what they should do. Like, oh really? They already had that?
Yeah, I was like, this sounds familiar. There was a series for like 3 years in the 80s.
Born in the 80s.
Robert Vaughn was in it. If
Wait,
you
no,
know who
I'm
that
not talking
is.
about a series.
But
I'm
yeah.
talking about like a Judge Judy. Like, you get a Judge
No, I know, but this
Judy.
is, viewers watch a reenactment of an actual courtroom trial and then call a special 900 telephone number to vote whether the defendant is innocent or guilty.
Oh man, I want to see it live, like on Judge Judy, where they're like,
I mean,
"You vote."
the problem with that is, you know, think of all the basically think of all the 4chan raids that could happen on that crap.
4chan what?
4chan raids, you know, just a bunch of people.
Oh yeah, but they're not gonna like post anything anyone says. They're just gonna like do a vote, yes, no, guilty, not. And it's like the Judge Judy shit isn't even a real trial, so it doesn't matter. Like those are
sure.
like I want to blow people's minds here for a minute who don't know this, but Judge Judy's not a real judge, and that's not a real courtroom. So those verdicts
No.
are don't actually settle anything. So that's like it. Like that's not a thing. You get
I
paid to
thought
be
there
on
was
the show.
something like there was some kind of contract, but the
Yeah.
show actually covered the costs. Like, I don't remember. But did you ever read those "You Be the Jury" books back in the day?
No, I just stuck with the Choose Your Own
Oh, there
Adventures.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh yeah, I love those too.
Yeah, here it is. The cases are real, but the proceeding is an arbitration. So rather than going to a trial by a jury, they go to arbitration to go on the Judge Judy show.
Yeah, she's just a mediator.
And she decides the verdict, although the show pays everything. So, because it's all like cheap shit. It's like, he didn't pay $500 for rent this month. And like, oh yeah, I did. You had your stupid pizza boxes all over my side of the apartment. So I figured I shouldn't pay rent. And then they like argue for a while, and then they're like, you should pay the rent. And then they're like, all right, here's the rent money. Thanks for being on our show. Like, it's so dumb, but yeah.
I remember I always used to call the Judge Judy hotline and just leave dumb messages.
Like what?
Like just talking, just like rambling, some stupid in-character thing, like a fake Southern accent or something.
Yeah. Is your daughter a slut? Go on to Maury. Like, those fucking daytime TV shows are the worst shit in the entire world. That is why we have the president that we have, you know.
I almost think, in a way, Maury is worse than Springer.
I agree. Way worse than Springer, because Springer was, like, upfront about it. Maury was like,
Yeah.
we're going to be, like, talking.
Maury
and
was
then
just exploitative.
Yeah. Whereas, you know.
Like Springer, most of that was staged.
Yeah. Like hooting and
People knew
hollering.
what they were getting into.
Yeah. Whereas Maury's like, let's bring on the freaks. Like what was it called? Oh, in South Park when they made fun of that. They had like the Freak Week where all the weird, like, disfigured people would just go between all the talk shows to do their, like, oh woe is me act and make money off of it, basically. It's like this is kind of like a carnival Barker freak show kind of thing going on that is much grosser than you thought. Yep. So that's Judge, Judy, and Executioner. I think that's already a name of an episode.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I
The
think
podcast.
so.
Oh
There
shit.
are
Familiar.
no new ideas.
Yeah. Let's see. What have you guys been doing, huh? Adam, can we visit why Adam isn't here? Because I want to read his.
No. The actual reason, because it's even better.
But I think that Matt has the actual reason, and this is the excuse. Looks like I will have to miss tonight. My house made some scary noises, and there's a new lump in the floor. Might need to call the landlord.
We should also say that we're recording on Saturday night, and we were gonna record on Thursday, but we rescheduled because Adam couldn't make it on Thursday.
Yeah. So.
Well, it's fine. I started streaming then, so.
Yeah, I was fine with it. I mean, I knew I couldn't do Friday because I had to go to Lauren's show that she was in, my fiance's
What's she doing
show.
now?
Oh, just some bullshit at the Verona area community theater. Some bullshit is It's a Wonderful Life, the musical.
Oh, yeah, that happens.
I saw it. My review is why? Why is this a musical? But the show was fun. People were good, but having seen it, it's like, this is like, they just made a musical out of the movie. Like, you can watch the movie, and that's pretty good. Like, it's a classic, so why do we need a musical?
Because you gotta get that paper.
Gotta get that paper. Matt?
But I said it with my mouth.
Get that paper.
Thank you. God, she has to say it, Matt. Don't you understand?
I've been working on my impression of her, though. Let me try.
Get that paper.
Oh my.
How's that?
What? That sounds
Yeah, that
exactly
was
like
me.
her.
That was me. Yeah.
Fuck, man. You should start doing voiceovers.
I've been thinking about it. Also, it speeds up every time she says paper.
Oh, yeah?
Get that paper.
Oh my god. Does it go faster? Does it go faster?
Oh, that's like a chipmunk.
Oh, can it go faster?
Oh, yeah, it can go faster.
What if it went really slow? Like it slowed down.
Like, this slow?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah, I think we'll find a happy medium, right?
That sounded like the opening of like a hellmouth. Oh my god. Can you do the really slow one again? It kind of gave me the giblies.
Did it make your dingle tingle?
Yeah. Oh. There's like a brown note in there. I think we just made everyone shit their pants.
Ugh.
Anyway. It sounds like some horrible beast, like, breathing. Oh,
No, that was me.
ouch. Speaking of fantastical beasts and where to find them,
Yeah.
I saw
Did you
that.
find them?
I saw that film. Yeah.
How was it? Was it good? Was it fantastic?
Huh? Yeah. Yeah.
No, that was John's movie.
I'm sorry. I was typing what Adams was doing this week in the Word document that we keep as our thing. So, no, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them was the Harry Potter movie that I think Adam saw last week.
Yeah, he saw it last week.
Do you want me to give my impression of like Adam talking about a movie that he's seen?
Yeah, let's just dump on Adam this whole episode.
No, I'm just saying Adam's a great guy, but sometimes to get him to like describe something, you have to like pull teeth. So I saw that movie, and you guys asked me some questions.
How was it? How was it?
It
Adam,
was.
John?
I liked it. It was good.
What
it
did you
compare
like
to,
about
the
it?
other movies?
Oh, yeah. So we got some. We ate a lot of milk duds. And we went to the theater up in, Cumberdale, and
Coverdale.
yeah, the magic was cool.
And was it better hypothetically?
Oh, definitely. Hypothetically. Okay. Anyway, sorry, Adam. I love you. You're my best friend.
He's
but-
not gonna listen to this.
Oh, come on now. I mean, yeah, he won't, but so you could just open up like a hot dump truck of hot takes on Adam right now, and he would never know. I don't listen to the episodes
I like
either.
Adam, though.
I mean, I do listen to them, but not after I
listen to
edit
about
them.
half of them now.
Yeah, it's hard because it's like I know what happened during it. Like I don't need to hear it again.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times I have
Like, when I was-
difficulties on this stuff. So
Yeah.
When I was first starting out, like, I would listen to it like I was reviewing highlights or something. And be like,
Yeah.
okay, this is what I should improve. And now I feel like I've got it down to the point where, like, that's not helpful, and
Yeah.
I just have to keep doing it.
Oh yeah.
reviewing highlights. I love highlights for children.
Oh my god.
Still
Yeah,
my favorite
man.
magazine at the doctor's office.
So we have a live viewer too, Brett.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
god,
dude.
I didn't even notice.
Breton.
I knew he was there. I've been seeing his stuff. I just didn't respond.
Oh
I'm not,
yeah.
I'm not
Well,
ignoring
you are.
but
I
he's there.
responded because I'm a good friend.
I'm gonna like my own video on YouTube. Okay. So
I'm busy working on my back palm.
back palm.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on.
I thought they closed that website down. Backpalm.com?
I think it was back door.
Backdoor.com. Alright, TJ, how does one back palm?
So basically, the back palm is the magician's trick of hiding a card behind. Your hand.
You know magic?
I started
Practicing.
I started practicing magic too, TJ. Coin
Right.
tricks.
I want to do magic.
I suck at coin tricks.
I started practicing coin tricks and palming coins.
I mean,
That's
I
really fun.
I could do the thumb palm, but that's about it.
I can do the hand palm in between the fingers. Like, I just want to say that if you want to do magic tricks and practice them in front of an audience that's easily tricked, go to your family Thanksgiving, and there's the 5-year-olds there that are like your nephews and stuff, and it's real easy to trick them into thinking you disappeared a coin into your other hand.
Because they're so dumb.
Yeah, they're fucking stupid. What a bunch of
Fucking morons.
idiots. What a bunch of fucking idiots. Children are dumb.
I've been doing stuff like this for my 7-year-old, and she already is a skeptic and kind of like
Oh, she's you. What can you do?
but she still appreciates the
I
art.
learned it from you, Dad.
It's just she appreciates it as I want to know how you did that.
Yeah, I like she's just like, Dad, that was cool, but
It's behind
I'm
your
not
hand."
fooled.
You know, I appreciate the effort that took. Thank you very
Uh-huh.
much. Your showmanship was on point. Good job.
But that's the
Dad was on point.
that's the next step, though. Have you guys ever watched the Fool Us, the Penn and Teller show?
Love it.
Nope.
Oh my god, I watch it every week. I DVR it. It's the best show. Okay, Matt, let me tell you a show that I'm going to tell you the premise of, and you're going to immediately want to watch it. It's called Penn and Teller Fool Us, where they have magicians come on and they do tricks, right? On this show in the Rio, I think, in their
Yeah.
theater in Vegas. And they have to guess what the tricks are, like how they did
Like
them.
how it's done.
Yes, and they don't tell the audience how it's done, but they're like, "Oh, you did a 720 back palm fist," like, and there was a little sleight of hand, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they know what I was doing, so I don't want to say any more because it's a secret."
I think that they even like confound it even further. You know, a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
times it's like, I had a friend out in Vegas, this person,
Yeah,
and you see where I'm getting there.
yeah,
Like they'll use like keywords like remote
Yeah.
tour,
yeah. They're like, "Oh, you had a remote in there, and it's a little bit like what Johnny O Vegas did back in 27." They're like, "Oh yeah, they know the method that I'm doing." But sometimes they get fooled, and that's really cool. And then they'll do a trick on the show, and sometimes they'll do a trick where they show you how it's done, or how you could do it at home, or sometimes they'll do a trick where it's just crazy, and they're doing a crazy trick. So, but the original host was Jonathan Ross, who's a British guy.
For the UK version, yep.
And then he did the first season of America, but now it's Allison Hannigan. So if you want to see Allison Hannigan on television, there you are.
And she still looks great.
She looks amazing for being like 45, so...
I mean, and she's a great host, you know?
She's a great host. She's fun. I love it. It's great. That show's amazing, Matt. You'd love it. Anyway, but you can find lots of clips on YouTube, so I'd highly recommend it if you like magic.
Oh, that's who Allison Hannigan is.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah, exactly you do. She's America's, like, girl next door sweetheart. That turns into a killer murder witch in a season of Buffy. But that's a spoiler.
I haven't seen Buffy yet.
It's not really a spoiler because you'll never... By the time you watch that show and get that far into it, you'll have forgotten what I just said. So,
most likely.
I've forgotten already.
Yeah, I tend to forget what everyone says a minute after they say it.
What are we doing?
Wait, what are we doing? What's
where
going on?
are we?
Huh?
What?
Who?
Did somebody say...
Crash Plan update.
Are you my son?
So I signed up for Crash Plan, a backup service. It has, I have 600 gigabytes that I want uploaded. 610. It has gotten through in a week since I started the upload process. 150 gigabytes.
Yeah.
My upload speed is 4 megs a second or whatever, so it's going slow. Gone slow.
It's one, so.
Yeah, so it takes a while. But the idea with the backup service is like, hey, we're going to just have this, and any changes you make will update the changes, but not the whole thing. So the initial backup takes, a billion weeks, and then that. So now if my hard drives die, my DVD rips of Mystery Science Theater and all this like stuff that I have will be saved. Did you know that ripping a DVD is technically piracy?
Oh,
Yeah, because you're making a copy.
It's
An unauthorized copy.
No, it's not even that.
Yeah, it's not even that. You're allowed to make copies.
The issue is the encoding,
Yes.
the encoder on the DVD.
Correct.
That number is a patented number.
Correct.
And in order to actually de-encode it, you need to have access to that number. And having access to this number is illegal.
Yes.
It's an illegal number.
Correct. You are by decrypting it, you're breaking the terms of service. It's not technically copyright. It's like piracy though. Cuz like you're allowed to copy your own stuff. Like you're allowed to burn a CD of a CD you own to have a second copy. Like that's fine. Like yeah, whatever. But it's the whole
DVD format.
It's the whole breaking the DVD code, which is copyrighted. It's fucking ridiculous. It's not. No one will ever grab you for copying, versions of your own DVDs, because if you're not sharing those, what does it matter? You're just making a digital version for you to view it in a more easy format. Like, but if you're like, going on and hosting that somewhere, then it's bad, because that breaks more than just the one rule, like you're sharing, or unlawful exhibition, which is the name of my new album. Unlawful exhibition. Oh shit. Yeah, so don't copy that floppy.
Don't copy that floppy.
Eagle Rare. But back to Fantastical Beasts and where to find them. On the patented Born in the 80s rating scale, I'd say 4 out of 5.
Can we change the patented Born in the 80s rating scale to Born in the Radies?
All right, it's already done. Born in the Radies.
All right.
4 out of 5. The movie was so good. I had so low expectations going into this, because I was like, because the trailers kind of made it seem like this like fantastical, like we're running around New York catching beasts and it's a lot of fun. And the movie is far darker than that. Like, this is some real dark shit. Like, multiple people die in, like, pretty gruesome ways. It's kind of dealing with, I don't know how much you know about the lore of Harry Potter, but this is the Grindelwald stuff from the 20s through World War II, where he has escaped and is trying to, and his whole deal was like, we need to kill all non-magic people because we're like the master
he's like
race.
Magic Hitler.
Yes, literally, yes, yeah. Where Voldemort's kind of the same way, but more like we're just like he was like Hitler. He was like our current president, where he was just like,
Voldemort's
I'm not
more like
what? No, I'm kidding. He was.
He's like
he's not
he's
like
like
our current
he's an
president in
alt-
any way. He was an alt-right.
What's something wizardly that rhymes with right? That would have
alt
made it
alt
just
white.
a really.
No. I don't know. But anyway.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Yeah, someone's got that joke. We'll get back to that. But anyway, yeah, no. He was more just like, we need to kill all humans that aren't wizards because they like are impeding our wizardly way of life and they're holding us back. And so he was all about that, and the kind of the wizarding world's a little bit like that, in the later series where they're like, oh, we can't mess with muggles, but like they'll still have like
alt night
with
a K. Yeah.
What is happening right now?
I don't know.
Everything's
sneezing?
exploding.
Me?
It sounds like someone's like sneezing into a mic. TJ?
My mic's close, maybe?
What's
Because I put on my headset again.
It sounds like something.
Is there somebody else on this call? There's a call coming from inside of the...
Oh my god! It's coming from inside the podcast.
No, it's inside the lump.
It's in the lump.
Oh god!
The lump.
Did we actually explain that?
Yeah, we did.
I don't remember if we got distracted or not. Okay.
The lump is inside the house.
It is.
The lump
I'm
is
gonna
trying to kill me.
I'm gonna text Adam right now
What?
for a lump date.
What? Yeah, what? Like... So he heard a loud, scary noise, and then a lump appeared in his floor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
his floor has a couple lumps.
Okay, so there were already lumps.
Yeah, like
now
when you
there's
walk
just
over it, you're like, that's a
more.
harder part of the floor than the other parts of the floor. Which leads me to believe that his old ancient house that's terrible, the the support beams are like not moving, but the floor is sagging, So I'm saying his floor is going to fall out from underneath him while he's sitting in his apartment. I love that he wasn't able to move out. Like, he tried to move to a new place, and his landlord called the new place and said that he was a bad tenant. To, like, trap him there. It's like bullshit. To be fair,
like
Adam was
illegal,
very
too.
messy, though. Like, I mean, I understand where they were coming from, but Adam also is a guy that's like, okay, I understand that I've been kind of a slob monster. Let's clean everything up real nice. And he showed me pictures of like how he like completely cleaned everything up in his apartment and like took stuff out. Because he's the kind of guy who gets a bunch of stuff from Amazon and then just kind of leaves it in the Amazon boxes until he needs to use it. So he's got like a hard drive. So there's like 10 Amazon boxes that are open just sitting in a corner. Now all that shit's like organized now. Like he went through everything and got like everything organized and like cleaned and all that shit. But I guess the guy was like, I don't know. It is kind of bad. Like you totally can't do that. I mean, if Adam wanted to, he could probably sue, but it would be way too much effort,
Well,
like
at the least, you could go to like a renters association.
yeah, and be
Get
like, hey,
someone to write a sternly worded letter for
Yeah.
you or something.
yeah, don't to scare the guy, and be like, what
Yeah.
you're doing is definitely not fair to me, and borderline illegal. So the next time I try and find a new place, and they call you, you need to say facts only. Like he's paid his rent on time, the house hasn't fallen
But, yeah.
apart. Like
Thinking of Adam being that confrontational, like I can't even picture it though.
yeah, I know.
He just doesn't do that.
No, he should move into a better place though. This place is fine, but it's a bit small, and it's old, so he could do better. 2-bedroom house, 1 bath. He needs to get his own washer and dryer. Have I told you that when he visits me, he brings laundry? like a college student.
Yeah, like you're his mom or something.
He left a bag of shirts of clothing here that he left in the dryer last fall. So I've had it for a year, like a bag of shirts. I should just wear them. He wears 3XLs like me. I could just wear his t-shirts. Adam, if I can wear your t-shirts, give me no sign. Okay, there it is. You heard it here, folks. I can wear Adam's t-shirts. Yeah, but that movie, back to the final movie, it's just great. Like, seeing the Harry Potter stuff in, like, an adult world with, like, adults is really cool. The guy who plays the Nomad, as they're called, I can't remember now, the baker guy, is really good. He was really funny and cool, and it just was fantastic, and I loved it. And J.K. Rowling wrote it, and you can tell because it's really well written, and the dialogue is funny but serious at the same time. It's just that style that she has that, like, is just incredible. Like, that's it. Like, she's just great. I love her.
Yeah, I still have to see that. I'm gonna have to go on like a Tuesday movie night or something. Oh,
for sure. It's so worth seeing. Like, I can't believe how good it was. Like, I just remember, like, sitting there, like, just mouth agape the whole time. I was like, wow. Like, this is like a new Harry Potter. Like, it's just the feeling is there. Like, I feel like it was better than all the previous movies, too. Because it's not like...
Yeah, I heard it because it stands alone.
Exactly. It's not like a shortening...
Just like a part of a thing.
Of a source material down to, like... They're not trying to fit a whole school year into a movie. It's like, oh, this is what happened over a week, during this trip. Like, crazy. And it's cool. Like, yeah, I'm really excited to see what they continue with, because there's going to be 4 more. With the 5th one probably being split into 2 movies, I got to assume, so... Whatever. I'm excited. Like, great job. Proud of you. Keep it up.
So John, Brett wants to check to see if you have a lump in your floor, to see if that's his sign.
Oh, that's true. Well, my cat's on the floor, and she's quite the lump.
And your cat's, yes. As was covered in the Ghost Adventure episode, your cat is quite a lump.
Yeah, she's a lump of cat. I have likened her physique to a chub of, and that is the actual physical term for this, a chub of ground beef. And those are those like little 1 pound like cylindrical like plastic things that has ground beef in it. That's called the chub, and that's what she is. She's a cat that looks like a chub of ground beef, just like a little short little sausage shape.
And not like the lean stuff. Like
no,
50,
full fat.
Yeah.
83-27, all the way.
Oh, that is insane. If you're gonna make burgers, 80-20, like that's what you want. But I actually use 95.5.
Oh, hang on, sorry, 73-27 was what I meant to say.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I use 95.5 for my other cooking purposes. But if I'm making burgers, you gotta have that fat in there.
Yep.
To just make it taste so juicy and so nice, so fresh and so clean. Anyway. So yeah, that's Fantastical Beasts and where to find them. Matt, what have you been up to?
Yeah.
That's right. You weren't
I watched
ready.
a show called Helix.
What's
Have you
that
heard
about?
of this?
Helix the cat,
It's on
the
Netflix.
wonderful, wonderful cat.
No, okay, I'm gonna say a thing. You're gonna have to bear with me. But it's a sci-fi original series.
Oh, gee,
But-
come on.
But it's not crap.
Okay.
But anyway, it's like, I mean, it's not amazing either. But it's on Netflix, and it's about a viral outbreak at like an Arctic virus testing facility that I guess is there, so that it's like
now that
it's
sounds
like a
awesome.
facility that exists outside of any government regulations.
So wait, are you saying it's like a facility like in the first, or not the first, but like the only? Because I'm not going to reference the prequel bullshit, but The Thing, like an Arctic research station.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that sounds awesome.
It's kind of like that. It's got a little bit of 28 Days Later, but it's not like, it doesn't have the dark tone of like a Carpenter movie. So it's lacking a little bit there, but it's got some cool stuff. And it's got that whole TV problem where everyone's just a little bit too pretty and shiny.
I hate that. Why?
Yeah.
HBO series have gotten around that. Why can't regular
Yeah.
TV do that? Why does everyone have to be a 25-year-old
Well, it's like on
pretty
Westworld,
boy?
Everybody looks good, but they still look like real people.
Well,
There's just
exactly.
something- I don't know what it is.
You have characters like what was her name? What's her name? The park runner lady who's like that I forget, like the Swedish actress or the Dutch actress. It's like, oh, she's like a
Yeah, I don't
45.
remember the name.
She's like a 50-year-old woman, and she looks like it, but she's also still, pretty. Like she looks like a real person you might see. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not like oh, it's a 25-year-old supermodel, which is like everyone on network TV shows. Which is just
The
I
one
don't
thing
know.
that bothered me the most, though, was so they're in the space, and like the main people you follow are this team from the CDC that gets sent in.
Okay,
So these doctors from the CDC come in.
and they're all 20-year-olds.
First thing they do at the base, no, there's a guy that's like in his 40s,
All right, there's a guy who's like 38.
and a girl that is like 25 is in love with him. So, but no, the first thing they do when they get there, they're like, okay, all the doors need this little RFID tracking
Okay.
tag, so we're gonna just inject this into you. And
Oh, that
they
sounds
just
good.
inject everybody with the same instrument without like changing tips or sterilizing anything.
'Cause
And
that's
all
what the
doctors are
CDC
just
would do.
fine with this.
Yeah.
Like, it's like who on the like staff just missed this thing? Like, that I don't know. That was my only nitpicky thing. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's good, clean fun.
Yeah. That is pretty awesome. Oh, there's a lot of PSX news too. Fuck, man.
Yeah. Yes, there is.
Oh, anyway, so Helix, how many seasons?
I think there's 2 on Netflix, and possibly a 3rd in the works or something. Well, I mean, it's clickety clackety.
Yep. All right. Let me just do my clickety clackety vamping. I'm drinking Eagle Rare Bourbon, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Let me read the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Something it must take a turn, because the cover image is a poster of like somebody in a disease suit, like crucified.
Huh.
So I guess at some point it's gonna take on some religious tones.
Okay.
But yeah, there's 26 episodes, 2 seasons.
Okay. Neat. I mean, just neat. I'm excited. Wow, the fucking... Sorry, just the news from PSX is pretty exciting.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot. We'll get to it when we get to game news.
Yep.
All right, so Helix is on Netflix, and you should watch it, says Matt, because it's good.
Yes.
And it's
Yeah.
just because it's sci-fi. Don't walk away.
It's not as bad as you'd expect a sci-fi original
Don't-
series to be.
Walk away. Okay. What did I? Sorry, TJ. Let's do TJ. What have you been up to? I know what you've been up to.
So a couple things, but I mean,
Hanging
not
out with
as
your
much-
hot Pokemon.
Yeah, well, not as much as you think. But,
Oh wow.
But that being said, I did want to kind of throw in, because I have been starting to stream again. I did used to have a little thing on there saying, "Hey, I'm never going to take I'm not going to take donations. I'm just doing this for fun."
Uh-huh.
I've now officially taken donations. Feel free to give me money.
All right.
Give the man some money.
There is a link on my Twitch page. If you feel
Okay.
like, drop it in that. All right.
Is that just a PayPal?
You can do PayPal or credit card, actually, because I got
Okay.
it through Streamlabs, which is formerly Twitch Alerts. So I got a bunch of different things, and like we were testing those alerts on,
Yeah.
on the stream the other day.
So what is Streamlabs? Like, it's just a thing that you can use
Yeah, so
for.
Streamlabs is a website that you can sign up for. You link your Twitch account to it,
And they just automate like donations and stuff.
Yeah, so they'll handle the back end of all of that. You can set up to 4 services. But...
Holy shit! Sorry.
Yep.
Their website is insane with the stats they have on here.
Yeah.
Is it free? It can't be free. They take a cut?
It's absolutely free. It's free.
They don't take a cut? They take a cut.
They don't take a cut.
How do they make any money?
I have no clue.
They have to make money off this somehow.
I mean, I know if you do PayPal takes a cut, and they may take a cut if you do the credit card because they're the ones who, do that side. But I made sure to check all the stuff before I set up.
Well, I wouldn't care if they took a cut if it wasn't like ridiculous. So they've apparently have 2 million people using their stuff, and they have raised around $115 million for streamers. So
just divide that out. That's about $50 per streamer.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But for the big streamers, that's good.
Yeah.
But whereas like me, I'm not going to have anything.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to have like 2 or 3 people watching it, and that's fine. Whatever. I don't really care about donations as much. I
mean, I only have it there because I think eventually I want to get out of doing this 10 meg internet and actually have internet that can handle this and support this.
Yeah.
If I continue to do it.
Yeah.
So that's basically it.
Well,
I have
cool.
the tools. I just would like the bandwidth.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
it looks like they do take a fee out of PayPal payment processing.
I'm not worried about it.
But maybe not credit card.
And there's a spot on the PayPal payment processing where it says you can click to pay the fee, where the donator can pay the fee. So.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've logged into Streamlabs because all you need to do is just link it with your Twitch account, and it just does it.
And you're in. Yep. You could set alerts. You could have a ticker bar that has your updated donor, follower, and sub counts up there, and they just do that automatically.
Mm-hmm.
They just essentially run it in a background running website, and you don't even have to have it up. If you have OBS, you can actually just put it in as insert web link, and then just size it properly, and that's it. That's all I had to do.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it seems pretty easy, so that's kind of cool. I like that. I kind of want to try streaming more too. I just don't have the time.
I tried to stream some of my learning how to game dev stuff.
I watched some of that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Something was going on with it whenever I went into headset mode because I'm doing it for VR. It screwed up the inputs, and then my mic stopped working. And I have no idea what's causing that.
I didn't watch it with the audio on, so I didn't know. But I just kind of clicked through, and I was looking at, oh, look at that. That's a little Roomba thing you were talking about making, and just kind of looking at.
Yeah, he's my little buddy.
Looking
I added
at
a
stuff.
Christmas tree.
Yeah, so I mean, I do like the fact I switched over to OBS Studio. It's a lot easier to make sure that my output is only running 700 kilobits per second, because they say to do about 80% of what your upload speed is, just to make sure to catch any flubs in the internet.
Yeah.
And I'm not losing as many frames as I used to be. So.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how that works. I run mine at 3 or 3,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I think my up is 4.5 or 5, so I figure 3 is fine for streaming at 1080 or 720. I can't remember what I stream at. It might be 720, and then I have plenty of room. But
and on the other end of it, I was looking into some kind of beginner's guides for streaming.
Yeah.
So I guess this has become TJ's Stream Corner now.
That's fine. Feel free.
Wait, I got a thing for that. Here we go.
There we go.
All right, TJ, I want to say this, and Matt, and Adam.
Yes.
Before we go any further with the Stream Corner, I want to do this because this is something I've wanted to do for a long time and haven't done. But we can do it as Born in the 80s because now I have people that are tech savvy, or not unwilling to do anything, like Adam, except for hang out. But I would love to do a 24-hour stream for Child or whatever Extra Life next year.
Yeah, I'm
When they do
good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
when they do the extra live stream.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah. Let's
So-
do it.
So, well, all right.
How do
so
we
we're
get involved in that?
we're calling the shots right now. It's
actually
pretty
super
easy. Just
Yeah.
register. So Extra Life,
The only
each
thing that-
autumn.
The
Yep.
only thing that they recommend is that while you're doing the stream specifically for Extra Life, to keep it, PG-13 and less.
Yep.
Not necessarily the games that you're playing, but also your language and attitude.
So November 5th, 2016, at 8 a.m. they started this, or we can pick a date that works for you around that. So somewhere around that weekend or week or whatever. You just register for Extra Life for free. And, you could pay $15 for them to, I don't know, do some extra goodies and whatnot, whatever. But anyway, it raises money for, what is it? Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. Some sort of anything. So anyways, it's a pretty cool thing. Some of the top fundraisers, Rooster Teeth, Mindcrack, Giant Bomb, Game Informer, lots of video game websites and whatnot have, done teams. Like Giant Bomb has a team. That's a website that I follow and watch and listen to. They have a team. So you can join up with a team of other websites or whatnot and then kind of be part of their team. So, we could pick a Giant Bomb or some other video game website to join their team of, whatever we want to do, or we could just do it on our own. And basically what you do is you just stream for 24 hours, 24-hour marathon of gaming.
24 hours of cookie clicker.
And we could do it.
You could do that.
Everybody could come up to my apartment or Matt's apartment, and we could set up a couch, get a camera.
Oh, we do it all in one place?
Oh yeah.
I'd like to. It'd be
I'd love to do it that way because it would be a fun
cool.
reason
Yeah.
to hang out.
Yeah.
And I said that I want Adam to play some scary games on Extra Life because he hates horror stuff and scary stuff because he's a wuss.
I'm kind of in the same boat, so yeah.
And I would love to watch him play. And maybe Matt could even bring over his VR rig next year, and we could play some nonsense. And then also maybe it could make that sort of a bachelor party thing for me. Just saying.
Okay.
Eric, my brother.
Okay, so what time does the stripper show up? Or?
Yeah, we could do that. PG stripper only though. She just bra and panties.
She just won't be on camera.
Yeah. We'll just be reacting to her whoa, would you look at that? Yeah, so and then that's basically
And, people think we're playing Minecraft or something.
yeah. So you register, you promote
Those guys
it.
are really into that game.
Yeah, you register, promote it around your friends, and people tune in, watch, donate to you. It's kind of like your Relay for Life, where you kind of sponsor that, and you just try and get signatures, but instead of getting signatures, you get friends to watch. You play games, and then donate $5-10 to the Children's Miracle Network. So it's
for a
pretty
good
cool.
cause. Yep.
Yeah, it's I'm trying to think of it. CMNhospitals.org.
I think they do more than one a year, so it's not just an annual thing. Because I remember seeing stuff with that through GameStop during the summer as well.
Yeah, I mean it's possible too. Children's Miracle Network's a big thing, a big charity, and it's just like children's hospitals basically. Increase funds and awareness for local children's hospitals. So it's a pretty darn good cause. So yeah, I want to do that next year. So TJ, your streaming expertise will hopefully come into effect there.
Let's call it moderateese, because I definitely wouldn't say expert. But
I'm saying by next year, 6 months from now, maybe you'll know what you're doing a lot.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you just gotta get those 10,000 hours, and you'll be fine.
But back to kind of a beginner's guide.
Okay.
So when it comes to streaming, even though they say 80% of your upload speed is as high as you should go.
Yeah.
There are people who don't have very good internets, or who are only watching the streams on mobile.
Yeah.
If you're not a streamer that has been picked up as partner with Twitch, you are stuck to your Twitch will only display your source quality.
Uh-huh.
So if your source quality is way too high, then there will be people who really can't watch your stream and will just immediately leave. So sometimes they actually recommend really downgrading your stream while you still are really low on the followers list.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brett's talking about VR stripper in the chat.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I
got
told
the
him
headset
about
for that.
Waifu
It's
Simulator,
there.
which is a real thing.
Wait, there's a
Yeah.
real waifu simulator?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think the dude,
It's a clicker game.
some dude that makes it on his own, and he like makes all his money through Patreon or something, and he has a lot of donors.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
Oh, wait,
so this
maybe
is
that's different. Yeah, okay.
man, donation goals you can do with this. This is really neat.
I have a donation goal on mine. You probably just can't read it because I made it super small in the bottom left corner.
How do you? Is it just API settings where you can choose where that is? Like,
Well, basically, you set it up like you just set squares essentially on your screen and whatnot. You know, just set it up. You set a layout on even like Photoshop. You're just setting out layouts
where do you set the layout up though? In
in the window on OBS.
Oh.
And in
Oh,
terms
and,
of,
oh,
in
and you
terms
use your
of-
API access token here.
yeah,
where-
well,
How does it know what to display from Streamlabs though?
okay, and that's kind of what I was mentioning before. Is at least with OBS Studio,
Uh-huh.
you can add essentially a browser window. It's a
Uh-huh.
special kind of browser window that
Got it.
basically runs in the background
Yep,
with the chroma key already set up, so everything else is invisible.
got it.
So it only pulls what you want to see.
So you can just have it linked to your Streamlabs thing, and it does all that.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll pull it up right now. Not that I'm going to actually stream it, but I'll just.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, this is good
So
info
I've got-
for people to know that want to get into this. Like, Streamlabs
have
has
one-
got some good stuff.
I have one big one. That's my my follow widget, and that's
Yeah.
the thing that in the middle of the screen it pops up. Hey, this person is following you. This person now hosted your channel. And on the bottom of the screen, it does the donation and the cheer, which is a new way to donate
Yeah.
through chat, which is kind of weird. I have the donation goal in my bottom left corner, and then I could add a bunch more widgets, including things that I mentioned before, like I could have a live, there's my most recent donor with the highest donor as well. I could have a donor ticker up there, most recent follower, sub counts, all that stuff.
I really do need to get a second monitor to do
Yeah.
all this. Like,
Yeah, you do.
It is beautiful having two monitors.
I almost bought that on Black Friday, a second monitor, but then I was like, I kind of want to get a 27-inch monitor, which is more pricey, and then use this one as my backup monitor.
Mm-hmm.
And that was too much money, and the deals weren't insane. It was like, save $30, and it's like, like I could wait. Like, it's not like $150 off something. Like, I don't want to spend more than $200 on a monitor or $250.
Yeah.
Because I can always just hook my laptop up, and just have the stream on that so I can see how it looks,
And there are
which
some
I've done
people who-
before.
There are some people who actually do it that way as well.
Yeah.
Where you have one device that actually runs your game, and you output your video to the other device that does the actual streaming.
Yes,
So
that is the way to
Yeah.
do it.
Your one computer's only running the streaming and just dealing with that load, and the other computer's running your gaming load.
Correct. I mean, a lot of people will use that with the what's it called? Elgato game capture device.
In terms of for PC, I'd rather avoid that, but it's great for capturing my consoles.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you had a console,
Yeah.
like if you want to play a PS4 game, you can hook it into the game capture thing, and
Yep.
then that will capture the video, and then you just put it onto your PC, and then you can stream.
Exactly.
So that way, you're playing on your PS4, and your computer just deals with the streaming part. Like,
Exactly.
or you
and
could
that's
have a
what I was doing
second.
the other night.
Yeah, I could have a laptop doing the streaming, but whatever.
Uh-huh.
My computer's beefy enough now to be able to handle both, so because I got that new video card. But yeah, yeah, streaming 101. That was TJ's streaming corner. Do you have any final words before we move on about streaming? Setting it up.
Keep streaming. Like,
Yeah,
don't stop for 3 months like I always do.
yeah. That's the best advice I heard from streamers on how to make a successful channel is get yourself a streaming schedule, stick to the schedule, and do face cam and interact with your audience. Because, like, I think what people really want is, like, to feel like they're kind of hanging out in a group of friends, you know? Like, oh, we're all kind of hanging out, watching a game, chatting, having fun.
And that's the reason I do streaming over YouTube. I mean, I understand the appeal of YouTube. I just like having that visceral.
You mean streaming over Twitch?
Well, no,
not over YouTube.
Instead of YouTube.
Yes.
Streaming as opposed to videos put on YouTube.
Yes, you can stream on YouTube too.
To YouTube Live because I've not tried YouTube Live yet, but I could have the ability to do that. I do have a YouTube channel, so
I'd like to shout out to Quarter to Three, Tom Chick, who's a cool guy. It's a cool website and forums that I go to, but he streams every night, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and he's kind of built a following up over the last few months. So, but he's like a game reviewer. He has a website that does game reviews or Metacritic and stuff, but he started streaming now, as that's kind of where the puck is going to be, to quote, what's his name? Walt Gretzky via Kevin Smith, which, you know, the quote is, don't be where the puck is, be where it's going to be. And he's like, well, streaming's the future, so I got to move to that.
Walt Gretzky?
Wayne Gretzky, my bad. I like Walt Gretzky, though. His less talented cousin. I'm Walt Gretzky. I've never seen a hockey puck.
Hockey.
I like hockey. Mm-hmm.
There's a cat on me that's just like fucking climbing all over me.
Well, that'll happen.
Not settling. Settle down. Just either lay down or jump off.
So that is my goal, is to get Extra Life going. And I want to stream more too, and I kind of should just like make it into a hobby now, you know? Like, it's not hard. Like, you just have to, you know, I would have to set everything up.
Kind of going along the lines of just with Matt in general, you got to get past that first point of the social, I can't do this, and then just do it.
Oh, I don't have that problem. I'm an asshole.
I have that problem.
Who thinks he's good at everything. But I just don't like have the. I don't know. So I thought about it this way. It's like I could stream myself playing games, but like sometimes I just don't want to be on. You know what I mean? I just want to sit back and play a game. You know, like.
Yep.
But I feel like streaming with my fiance would be a lot more fun because then we'd kind of be hanging out together and talking and streaming. And I kind of like streams that have multiple people on anyway.
Older that way as well.
Yeah. So we'll have to figure that out. I don't know. I could probably rejigger my upstairs. Sorry, I didn't mean to use that slur. Rejigger my upstairs to be more streaming friendly. Maybe get a couch or chairs. Or get multiple mics hooked up to a mixer hooked into the computer so I can have two mics instead of just trying to capture audio off of my one boom mic, which is kind of iffy.
Mm.
It works, but it's iffy. You gotta turn the gain way up and then you get a lot of background. Matt knows.
I know.
Matt knows all about Audio.
I know all about those audios.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot easier to get out in post, but not while you're live streaming.
Correct, yeah. Well, even then, getting out in post can affect the audio quality pretty significantly, so...
Yeah.
Don't want to do that
if
humanly possible.
You want to do as little noise reduction as possible.
I don't do... For instance, with this podcast, I do 0, because if you did noise reduction, it can really fuck up the audio, like...
especially if you have to push it hard.
Yeah.
Because it'll be like, oh, all these frequencies, I can take these out, right?
Yeah.
No, those are my voice.
And then
those, please.
Yeah, and then it gets a little artifacty, and you're just like, like, you know, and you don't want that. And honestly, like, people don't really care unless it sounds like you're recording out of like a fucking like tin can basement. You know what I mean? Like if you're just chatting back and forth, it's fine. Like for a talk podcast, you know. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like I'm too loud again. God, I fucking hate this.
You're fine.
You're fine. You're a perfect little princess.
No, yeah, it says my levels are at 85. Okay. I'm just worried I'm too loud.
Beautiful in your own way. No, don't listen
you
to
are
the haters.
beautiful.
No matter what they say. Words.
No. Yeah. So the problem with recording this podcast, to open up the sausage factory,
Yeah.
is that since we record this live, I can't mix it afterwards. Like if we were to do a triple ender or quadruple ender, which is impossible, by the way.
Yeah.
I know people are like, oh, if you're going to record with people, get have everyone record a local version and then you sync them up. And it's like, no, like it doesn't work. Like, yeah, fuck you. I've done that. I did that with Adam when we switched to remote. It just doesn't work. Like when your computer records audio on software, it's timed to your CPU. So if you have a fast computer or a slow computer, like it can affect the amount of time an audio file is, like subtly. Yep. So if you record for 2 hours, like it could be 5 seconds off at the end, and that is fucking crazy to try and fix. So, but anyway, I've talked about that in the past, where I fixed that with Adam by running a bunch of programs on my computer to slow my computer down while it was recording, which was crazy. Like I was like, oh, I'll just run a bunch of games in the background, so it slows it down. So, and that worked pretty well, but still, it's just a mess.
I've been looking at other options, but it's still nothing's good. I mean, I kind of want to know what the McElroys do, because I know they live all over the freaking place.
Yeah, they do Skype, but I'm pretty sure they do a double ender or a triple ender or something. Otherwise, I know that there's Skype programs that record. I forget what the name is, where you can get the recording from one local end and keep it all, like kind of. And I think that could work. The problem with that is
Skype going to shit lately.
I don't know. The problem is you still can't edit them. Like the only way to edit like voice levels is to have, a stream, or I'm sorry, have 4 different like streams of audio where you can just raise and lower. With this, it's all mixed together.
Yeah, can't do, like multi-track.
For instance, in the last episode, if you listen to that, I was kind of loud because I don't think I switched mine to studio and nobody else told me. So it was a little bit loud, and it just kind of sucked because I was louder than everyone else. But there's nothing I can do about that. Levelator works a little bit. If you've heard of the tool Levelator, Matt.
Yeah, it's just like a compressor normalizer.
Yeah, it's in 2012 they stopped working on it and updating it. But literally, you just throw a WAV file in there, and it just. I use a compressor. Because Audacity, that I have legally, Audacity, I just had to throw that in there. Audacity
Isn't Audacity free?
Well, I have a free version.
I'm sorry.
There's a paid version.
True. Adobe Audition, which I have legally,
there we go,
has a compressor in it, and it's actually fucking incredible. So, Matt, can you tell people what? Because this is good. This is like my science corner a little bit here. Because I don't have a specific one. But, Matt, what's a compressor do to audio? Like, people talk about, like, have mics hooked up to a compressor. What is that?
Yeah. What it does is it takes the loud parts of the sound and makes them quieter. And then usually there's a secondary function where it brings the whole thing back up to make up that lost gain. So it kind of just decreases the difference between the loud bits and the quiet bits. And you can... get creative with it, where if you're as loud as you can be without like clipping your microphones, you can compress it, and even though it's like the same amplitude, it's exactly the same loudness, the perceived loudness is a lot higher because our ears are fallible and weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can do all kinds of weird stuff with that.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool, like, kind of audio feature thing. But Adobe Audition...
It's one of the like, necessary tools, like one of the staples. It's like,
it's
in your
just,
toolbox, it's like a hammer.
Yeah. It's like, that's mounted on your rack. You also need a headphone amp as well, which I never had, but is recommended.
Yeah, you only need that if we were all in the same room and we were splitting the monitor signal a bunch, we would need that.
Yeah. But anyway, so Adobe Audition, which is a really cool, slick piece of software, has a tube-modeled compressor that does compression after the fact digitally. So it actually does a fucking damn good job of compressing
And
this
The
podcast.
tube modeling will do additional magic to try and
Yes.
emulate the dirt that happens when you run it through analog equipment, and it'll
Yes.
just affect the sound in really subtle ways that make
Correct.
it sound a little bit more polished.
If you guys want to know, I use Adobe's every episode. I used to actually do the hard limiter as well, but I stopped because the audio quality has been a lot better since we were doing it online versus through the mics. But I use the tube model compressor, voiceover A setting, which I think gives a real good kind of warmness to the tone as well. Kind of evens everything out. So I've used that for a long time, and I haven't switched off of it. So yeah, it's pretty easy. I mean, Google Hangouts has made it pretty easy to do it over the internet. I'm sure I could hack together some Skype recording software, which I know other people use for podcasts, which work pretty well, but I feel like this works good. Like, the audio quality is not like, oh my god, this sounds like an NPR show, but it's like, oh, this sounds kind of like a podcast where people are recording themselves. Like, you know, and TJ's not on the best
$8,000 Neumann microphones.
Yeah, and TJ's not on the best internet with the highest quality microphone, but he still sounds fine. You know what I mean? Right, TJ?
Not horrible.
Yeah. Well, you sound like you're, using a cheaper mic, but it doesn't sound garbagey.
You sound
like a phone call.
A reporter in the field.
It sounds like I'm dialing in from Uzbekistan.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, but not really. Not Uzbekistan. Maybe like Canada, like Upper Canada. It's a little closer than Uzbekistan. It's not quite that bad.
Fair enough.
You're like in Saskatoon or Saskatchewan, somewhere.
Schenectady.
Somewhere where you can only reach it by dog sled.
But wherever you are, it definitely starts with an S.
Yes.
I'm up in Canada's newest province of Nunavut.
Of what? Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah. Nunavut broke off of the Northwest Territories.
Correct. Good history call. Good geography. Nice. Okay. What have I been playing? Game-wise?
What have you been playing, John?
Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I fixed my issues I had last week that I bitched about.
So your multiplayer's working fine now?
So do you guys want to know how I fixed it? Do you have that IT crowd clip?
Nope.
Did you try turning it on and off again? Yes. I restarted my PC and it ran fine.
So probably some driver issues.
It is 100% because I also bought Doom on the Steam sale for $20, and I started playing Doom, and it was running at like 30 frames per second or 25 or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck? And this was after I had restarted. So I think that after I run a game a first time, I need to restart my computer for it to run correctly. Because I think what's happening with my graphics card is my graphics card is not spinning up correctly when I start a game. Because I don't hear the fan on it, what I think is it's running on like silent mode or whatever, where it's like not using the full power of the graphics card so that it can run without the fan on to be silent. And so it's just kind of like, it's going to do 20 frames because that's as much as we can do without spinning up the fans to cool the GPU. So, yeah. So that fixed it, though. Quick restart fixed it. Hopefully I don't have to do that now. After this podcast, we might try streaming something. I haven't restarted my computer in a couple days, and I worry that it may still be an issue. But, yeah. But I've been playing multiplayer in that. It's really fun. The PC player count is not great on Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, which makes it kind of hard to find games, which is really disappointing, actually, because I could have bought this on PS4, but I chose not to because
There's
I
not,
love
like, crossplay.
Not for computer and not computer. Just because, like,
all right, I know you already bought this. It is going on sale again starting tomorrow.
For how much?
It's the $20 off, same thing as Black Friday weekend.
The problem I have with the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is I love I'm a PC gamer. Like shooters on PC is where I'm at. Let's look at owners, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are 245,000 people that own the game on Steam. God damn it. Steam Spy doesn't have the info I want. Sorry, Matt, can you vamp while I'm clicking around?
Yeah, I can
Is it
vamp.
Steam Charts? Yeah, Steam Charts is what I want. All right, we're ready.
All right.
Sorry, Saturday, December 3rd. Busy, the weekend, regular time. At let's just say a popular time, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, my time.
Okay.
4,000 players. In the last 24 hours, the peak was 5,000 players. 2,000 players are playing currently. That's not terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, when you compare it to, a lot of other, I don't know, what's a good game to compare it to on Steam?
Overwatch.
No, on Steam, because I only can get stats from Steam.
Might as well go to Doom then.
Battlefield.
How about this? It's Team Fortress 2, right? That's a
There we
game.
go.
Do you want to know how many people are concurrently playing Team Fortress 2 this very second?
120,000.
More than 8.
Not 120,000. 52,000. The
So it was
24-hour peak is 70,000. So that's a pretty healthy multiplayer community. What are some other multiplayer games on Steam that a lot of people play? Ark? Survival Evolved? That's a pretty popular game.
We're
now?
talking true multiplayer, not like invade other people's worlds. Otherwise, I'd say Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, so like Ark Survival Evolved. That's like a really popular game. Like it's a survival game. People play it online.
H1Z1?
35,000 currently right now. H1Z1, you said? Oh, I don't know if a lot of people played that, but that made me think of really popular Rust. Rust is really
Daisy.
popular.
Rust
has currently 28,000 players right now, and that's a low.
Okay.
Like the 24-hour peak is 45,000. So let's say the peak for my game is 5,000. So we're talking a tenth of another game you can buy. So the player pool is small, and it's exacerbated. CS:GO is a really good one, actually, because that is
back to that, especially because the championship series is going on.
Yeah, I was about to say CS:GO makes sense because that's okay. CS:GO doesn't work when the search counter. Just gonna do Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Yeah, gotta be spot. Okay, now that's an insane number. Matt, I want you to guess how many people were playing Counter-Strike Go 18 minutes ago.
400,000.
Okay, you're wrong. It's 219,000. But the 24-hour peak, the last 24 hours, 660,000 people. That's a game. And that's a game that you have to buy. It's not free to play like Team Fortress 2. So that's only $20. I think it was on sale for $10 last week or whatever. But still, that's a game you got to pay. Multiplayer online shooter. But it's exacerbated by the fact that Infinite Warfare, in their infinite knowledge, have made it so that Microsoft Windows 10 store purchasers cannot play with Steam players. So that player count has to be abysmal.
Not play with Xbox One players.
Correct.
There's no crossplay there either.
Correct. There's no crossplay. Like literally, if you buy it on the Windows 10 store, you can play with like the 20 other people that bought it on the Windows 10 store, which kind of sucks. But I do want to talk about how good this game is. It's fucking great. The single player story is incredible. Like it is like sci-fi fucking action movie. Like I snuck around on a capital ship and found the room where their captains were having a meeting, and I cut the air supply to that room so they all suffocated, and then I snuck out and we had a cool ship to ship battle where like the two carrier ships were shooting at each other with space lasers, and fucking awesome. Like for someone who loves space combat and action, this game is great. And like there's like a lot of like in-ship combat where you're flying around shooting like capital ships and stuff. Like it is just, it's good. I love it. And that's fun. The multiplayer's Call of Duty. It's super fast-paced. The player count is so low I basically can only get into team deathmatch games. Like none of the other modes you can really matchmake in, which kind of sucks. Because I'd like to play some of the fun modes, but it's pretty much just... I don't know. They'll hopefully figure that out with some algorithms. Maybe they can do some, like... Titanfall 2 does mixtapes, where you just kind of like, I don't know, get a bunch of different modes each map.
Well, that's cool. To
try and, like, get players from the different modes to mix together instead of... Because Team Deathmatch is like the Call of Duty thing. Like, just everyone plays TDM, and it's, like, fine, but it's not like Team Fortress where everyone spawns at the same spot, and, like, goes out. It's just you kind of spawn around the map randomly, and it's fun, and I've enjoyed my time playing it, and, it has crates with keys, because it's 2016, where you unlock new gear, but I don't know, I might not stick with it. But I want to talk about the Zombies mode. Have you played the Zombies mode?
I've not.
It is fucking awesome, the Zombies mode.
I heard it was. And this is Infinity Ward's first time doing zombies.
Yes, because... Yeah, for those who don't know, Call of Duty was originally developed by Infinity Ward, and then Treyarch would make, like, the other gear game for a while, and then now that Infinity Ward's, like, people went off to go do Titanfall, like, the main people, Infinity Ward kind of restaffed with people from Activision, and they're like, all right, let's do that. And Treyarch kind of became the number one studio, because Infinity Ward made Ghost, which wasn't very well received, and then Treyarch's like, oh, we're going to make Black Ops 3, which was well received, And so it's kind of been split. But Infinite Warfare has the Zombies mode, which was a Treyarch mode. And it's basically like Left 4 Dead. Like, you're stuck in a room with 4 other people, or not a room, but like a zone, 4 other people, and you got to kill zombies that kind of come in. And there's like waves. You earn money by killing zombies to buy new weapons and like gear, and like there's secrets in each level where you got to like collect tokens and put them in prize machines. And it takes place in like an 80s theme park with 80s music, including a DJ who's David Hasselhoff.
Yep.
It's really fun, and like you're just running around shooting zombies, like unlocking new zones of the park, and like you unlock like the Arctic Peak zone, and then you can jump on the ride and ride around on the Arctic Peak like roller coaster, shooting zombies from the roller coaster. It is like fucking a really fun mode, and I love it. And a cool thing they did in this is that the multiplayer keys and unlocks are shared between the two modes. So if you earn keys and experience in the multiplayer, it crosses over to the zombies. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. So you actually kind of level up your zombies guy when you're playing multiplayer. So it's really fun.
I do want to add an addendum for talking about kind of history of Call of Duty.
Yeah, sure.
Ghost was the last Call of Duty that was made on a 2-year development cycle because of doing the alternate game developers, because they have Sledgehammer Games now.
Yes, you're right.
Game. Yeah.
There's a 3. Yes. Did Sledgehammer make Black Ops 3?
No, Sledgehammer helped make Modern Warfare 3, and then from there made Advanced Warfare. That's their only solo game so far.
Oh, they made Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, they made Advanced Warfare, and then
that one's good.
Yeah, they made Advanced Warfare, and the next one they're going to make is the one coming out in 2017.
Yeah, Advanced Warfare is a great game. Highly recommend that one.
Sorry, I muted for a little bit because I started laughing. I just saw a picture of a. It's a Pokemon-related picture. It's got a.
Okay.
It has Lily's head, and she's one of the contestants on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And the question is, where is Nebby? And all the answers are not in the bag.
Wow, that is a really inside baseball joke for that, because
there's a lot of Pokemon players though.
Yeah. Do you want? Okay, so Lily is a character that your friend meets, your Poke guy meets, and Nebby is her little Pokemon that's like she's stuffing in a bag. First off, get a fucking Pokeball, lady.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need a fucking not Pokeball?
I don't know. There's a Pokeball picture on the side of the bag.
That's I know, right? It's like she's like trying to store a Pokemon in a like duffel bag in the game, And it's like, there are devices built for storing Pokemon. What are you doing?
I don't think they have a trainer Pokemon relationship between the two of them. And I'm not very far in the game, but I've already kind of been spoiled, so I won't spoil it for anyone else.
Got it.
But there's some stuff you'll be seeing later.
So there's a story explanation for that.
Well, specifically with Nebby, with what Nebby is.
Got it.
What happens.
Well, I want to talk about Pokemon real quick because we're on it. Because I want to talk about Pokemon Sun and Moon, and this is amazing. So let's talk about how. Right? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
How? Okay, so in a Pokemon game, you start, and it's like, all right, I'm a Pokemon trainer, whatever, and then you get a rival who picks another Pokemon, and is like, hey, let's both be Pokemon trainers. And throughout the game, you kind of meet that person and their Pokemon team, and you have to challenge them, and you're like, oh, that rival, they're my rival. We're both working our way up the Pokemon championship ladder. In this game, you get Hal, who is like your best friend. Like, he's a nice guy. Like, he is a cool guy.
I mean, he's your best friend in this area, but you only just met him right at the beginning of the game.
Exactly. But he's like a really nice, friendly boy. Yeah. You know? And, okay, so something in like Pokemon Blue, let's say, you pick Charmander. Your rival will pick Squirtle. Because Charmander is weak to Squirtle. So your rival always has like this upper hand. What happens in Pokemon Sun and Moon?
He picks the worst one.
He picks the Pokemon that is weak to your subtype. And it's like, what? Like, huh? Okay, so everyone's like, this, and he doesn't act like a rival. So like a rival in the old Pokemon games, people would say, oh, rival. No, he's not a rival, he's an asshole. You beat a gym leader, and he's like, already done it, bro. Let me destroy you with my team of Pokemon. You know what I mean? And now, the Hal, the character, when you defeat like an island challenge, he's just like, you're the person who's like, oh, I beat the island challenge. He's like, oh shit, I haven't done that yet. You know what I mean? Like, you're that. And so people are theorizing that in Pokemon Sun and Moon, you don't have a rival. You are the rival. Hal is the player. And you are the asshole that's always one step ahead of him, who picked the Pokemon his type is weak to.
I mean, I kind of get that in certain respects. But, rival is a two-way thing. Usually, there's friendly rivals versus bitter rivals.
Yes.
But now, I do have to say, though, since your face is completely unchanging through the whole game, hey, look, everyone's dying. You're just still sitting there with that shit-eating grin the entire freaking game. So, yeah, you could be an asshole, but I just don't buy it. It's an interesting theory.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting, yeah. So they're talking about how in this game you don't really have a rival in this game. You just have a pal.
Yeah.
So,
but you kind of had two pals in a. You had four pals in X and Y.
Yes.
You had two pals in Black and White. Yeah, it's just whatever, and they were all bitterly friendly. I mean, not bitterly, but they were straight up friendly to you. Oh, looks like I lost to you. Have a good one. It was fun. Yeah. It's the same.
For sure.
Same thing. So this guy's super, super laid back because he's totally living the Hawaii life. The Aloha life.
I kind of like it. It's laid back.
I love it.
Pokemon. I'm loving Pokemon Sun and Moon though. It's kind of fun. It's really laid back and it's like comfort food. You know what I mean? Like gaming comfort food.
Yep.
Have you been doing any of the networking stuff?
I've been doing the festival stuff. I was
Festival Village.
Yeah, those online do this little thing to get festival points.
Yes. Yeah. There's a group challenge happening right now to catch like.
Oh yeah, I've not caught anything since then. But
an absurd amount of Pokemon. It's something like we want
100 million.
Yes, they want the people playing Pokemon to catch 100 million Pokemon in
30 days.
No, not even. I think it's by December 13th. It was like 2 weeks. I think.
Ugh.
It's like that's a lot. And if you sign up, you'll get 1,000 festival coins. And if you get it You'll get 1,000. If we don't get it, everyone will still get 100. So
Yeah.
I'm expecting 100 festival coins.
Yeah. I mean, if all 100 million people who bought Pokemon all happen to have, all 10 million people for
Yeah.
the 10 million copies that they put out there,
Yep. Catch 10 Pokemon.
all catch 10 Pokemon, you could have that happen. But a lot of people aren't getting this game until Christmas. A lot of
Yeah.
people aren't playing online.
I've caught 2 or 3 since I signed up, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Let's move on from Pokemon though. So we'll have more updates with that when Adam comes on because he's a Poke freak now, and I'll have played a little bit more. I haven't done the first Island Challenge yet.
He didn't send me his friend code.
I know I sent you my friend code.
Yeah, I put it in.
You sent me yours. But I haven't done the first Island Challenge yet. I'm actually just kind of leveling up, because there's a couple trainers in the Pokestops or the Poke Centers that are like, hey, can you find this kind of Pokemon? And I kind of want to find them.
I did that.
Yeah, I kind of want to do that first, and
There's
then
one lady that had one. I went to the graveyard, caught the Pokemon, went back to her. She gave me 10,000 Pokedollars.
oh shit, I haven't stumbled upon a Drifloon, so I have a feeling that Drifloon must be a daytime Pokemon.
I think it's daytime and rare.
Yeah.
I caught it during the day.
Because I haven't caught it yet. I would like to say that Pokemon is great, and this Pokemon is like just a better version of the Pokemon that you've had, and I'm excited to play more. Like, it's just good. They make good games.
It's more RPG-like than anything I've played in the past. Any Pokemon I've played in the past. Because of things like, find me this Pokemon and 10,000 Pokedollars.
Did you get my, did you get the free Munchlax?
I need to do that still. We got
Yeah,
until January 11th.
Yeah, I was about to say, you just log in the game, and they just say, check internet for gifts, and you get a free Munchlax with the Snorlax Z item. So you level them up and get a Snorlax with a Z move. So I switched out my Slowpoke. And according to Adam, it's okay. So I named my Munchlax, who will turn into a Snorlax, Adam Ham. So
Nice.
So Adam Ham will be my sleepy Pokemon monster in my team.
But his Z move is he actually gets up and does something.
Oh, no, yeah. Snorlax gets up and does stuff. But I just like the idea that Adam totally self-identifies as a Snorlax. TJ, do you know what Pokemon you would be if you're a Pokemon?
I don't know, because, I have my favorite Pokemon is Vaporeon, but I don't think I would be a Vaporeon.
I know what I would be.
Oh, wait. I'm totally just a Squirtle. An unevolved Squirtle.
There you go.
Just sitting around.
Mr. Mime.
You got real loud.
Can I be Mr. Mime?
Who's not a mime at all?
Yeah. This is a creepy man who
Would you
lives
be
in
a
a
male or a
Pokeball.
female Mr. Mime? Because it is both genders.
Oh. Mr. Mime is weird. It's two. Yeah, there's a female Mr. Mime and a male Mr. Mime.
Yep.
It's best not to question it. I don't know. What would I be? I don't know. Can be like a sand shrew. I like sand shrew. But do I like burrowing into holes and tunnels? Can I be Diglett?
Can I be this new sandcastle one?
Yeah, the Pokemon that is a living sandcastle.
Yep.
No. You know what? I'm Litten. I want to become the sweet badass wrestler cat that he turns into. Anyway.
The Luchador cat, yeah.
Yeah, the Luchador cat. Anyway, no. I'm not a Pokemon. Matt,
I'm not a Pokemon either.
we got to do some news. So stuff happened.
Stuff. Let's see. Do I have something for that?
Okay, we don't have a ton of time because we already spent a ton of time chatting.
Should we basically just kind of go, topic, initial impressions, next topic?
We don't have a lot of time. Huh?
Okay.
The Game Awards, because we're at like...
Yeah, let's just do like a headline rundown like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking
Hot
about.
takes.
Oh,
Hot takes.
okay.
Hot snakes.
Hot snakes. All right, what's the first hot snake? Somebody
well,
else do it.
Again, I'm pulling it up right now. We're going to start with the Video Game Awards because that was first.
Yep.
Where did I have it? Here it is.
It's not the Video Game Awards. It's the Game Awards.
I don't care. They took out the V.
Okay. Yeah, it used to
All
be the VGAs. Now it's just the GAs.
All right. So we'll just do it story by story. Game Awards YouTube archive gets muted by a copyright claim. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's fucking right, it did. So, yeah, the Game Awards YouTube channel had, like, a full live stream of the Game Awards, and, of course, it had copyrighted music from the show, and it had, game footage from the show, and, of course, it get hits by, like, 10 copyright claims by the YouTube's Content ID program, which is fucking hilarious. And, of course, it got fixed immediately. Mm-hmm. My Content ID for the Ashokun Farewell on that one episode still hasn't been fixed.
Yep.
So, because they don't give a shit about a video that has 15 views.
Telltale's Walking Dead Season 3 premiere will be the first 2 episodes.
Correct. So they're continuing their Walking Dead point-and-click adventure series.
Yep, the New Frontier still featuring Clementine.
Haven't played since the first season.
I have the first 2 seasons on different devices. One was free with Gold, one was free with Plus.
Yeah.
I only just started the first one. But I want to play Wolf Among Us, get that done first.
Yeah, Telltale's got a lot of announcements. They have a lot of games, huh? They did a Borderlands, they did Jurassic Park, Walking Dead.
I don't know if it's in any of these, but they also just announced a Telltale Games Guardians of the Galaxy.
That is in one of these.
Yeah,
and
I
that
did
is,
see that.
Well, let's talk about that. So they're going to do a Guardians of the Galaxy, and I kind of want to play that now because I'm way into Guardians of the Galaxy, which just dropped a new trailer.
Right? Yes, it
as
did.
well.
Oh,
holy shit!
Gorgeous.
I am so excited. Favorite Marvel movie. Correct. Baby Groot. Yep. Okay.
Mass Effect Andromeda's first gameplay trailer.
Yes.
Looked neat.
Thank you.
Good. It looks really good.
So that's interesting because Mass Effect Andromeda, the story is... So if you haven't played the first 3 Mass Effects, whatever, but the idea is that Mass Effect takes place in a world where Earth, gained this light speed drive and joined the Interstellar Alliance, all these planets, all these different, stuff in the Milky Way galaxy. Andromeda's like, hey, there's a new galaxy, and they're going to send out ships to the new galaxy to colonize it with, like, representatives and populations from each one of the races. So it's kind of... Yes.
You've got to kind of find your way to do a good colonization, getting your resources, getting allies.
Correct.
Making enemies and killing them or whatever.
Yes. Yeah, so the idea is that the entire Milky Way galaxy is sending a colonization force to a new uncolonized galaxy. So it's kind of like a new world. It sounds really exciting. Like I'm excited.
A whole new world.
Just open your eyes.
We'll keep this really short. The Game Awards winners list. We'll just talk about the Game of the Year, Overwatch.
Yeah, well, I'll just go through these real quick. Let me go through the highlights, because the big ones. Game of the Year, Overwatch. Definitely makes sense. Like, that was, for sure, the Game of the Year.
Absolutely.
Best game direction, Overwatch. For sure. A top-down game. Incredibly well put together. Best narrative, best story. Uncharted 4. Who would have thought Naughty Dog could come up with a great story for a video game? Good for them.
Exactly.
Best art direction, Inside. Totally agree. Looks great. So there's been a lot. Like Abzu was incredible. Firewatch looked amazing.
Yeah,
Overwatch, Uncharted. So many good-looking games this year, but Inside kind of took the cake. Best sound design and music, Doom. 100% agree. Battlefield 1 deserves an honorable mention on that, though, because the sound design in that game is incredible.
Especially when you die.
Just the shooting and the bullets and the explosions and the screaming, and it's just visceral. But Doom, definitely. Like, that game just sounds so heavy, and it's good. I don't care about any of these other awards. Best independent game, Inside won again for that. Deserved. Best mobile/handheld game, Pokemon Go. I see it.
I do think it deserves the win over Fire Emblem Fates. I just didn't feel Fire Emblem was as good as its predecessor.
Yeah, I like Fire Emblem Fates, but yeah, Pokemon Go wins that.
Yeah.
Best VR game, Res Infinite. I probably would have given it to Job Simulator, but
yeah,
people have a fucking hard-on for Res.
I don't think I can play Res Infinite because that's the PS VR exclusive.
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't played Res like 7 times that they've re-released it. Like, all right, whatever. But anyway, Job Simulator is incredible. Like that's on my top 10 Game of the Year list. Best action game, which is like shooters. Doom won that over Overwatch, but Overwatch, of course, won Game of the Year. Best adventure game, Dishonored 2 gets the nod over Hitman, which, whatever. I thought Hitman was the darling, but whatever. Best RPG: Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, Blood and Wine, which is
Absolutely.
which is just the expansion for The Witcher 3, which is kind of poops on all these other ones. But honestly, the other ones, I mean, Witcher 3 is a fucking great game, so it makes sense. Fighting game: Street Fighter 5, whatever. Like, not a lot of fighting games came out besides that. Strategy game: Civ 6.
Yeah, that's a shoo-in.
Best multiplayer: Overwatch, of course. And then that's most of the important awards. So Overwatch kind of ran the table here, which deservedly so.
I wasn't on the list of trending gamers, really?
Let's get you on there. Boogie won, of course. I love Boogie. Good job, Boogie.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Just look up Boogie2988. He is the massively, horrifically obese man that does YouTube, like, vlogs. But he's a cool guy. Like, good for him. Like, I like him. He's got millions of views. You know what I mean? He's got a 31 million view fat guy splash where he just does a back flop and do it. He's a cool guy. You know what I mean? He's a funny guy. Love him. Good for him. Loves his Mountain Dew. He's ridiculous. So good for him. Yeah. So that's the Game Awards in a nutshell.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Game Awards? Is that a cool thing? Is this like the Emmys or Oscars for video games? Is that what's going on?
I think it's kind of on track to actually being, back to that, because I think Spike did kind of really ruin it.
I understand that, but do you remember the part of the Game Awards? I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw some clips where a giant razor, a giant chick razor, plays a video game with a man. There's a lot of advertising in this.
He was around the. I mean, they got to pay for it somehow. Jeff Knightley can't do it himself.
Jeff Keighley? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about let's move on past the awards. Halo Wars 2 trailer. I don't give a shit.
It looks decent if you like RTS.
Sure. I haven't gotten into Halo Wars ever. So, Breath of the Wild trailer didn't show a lot.
This is more of a teaser than we've ever seen in the past.
Correct. We've seen a lot more, footage, and there's a teaser. They show kind of like what looked like a Zelda character, and then a female, like Link dressed kind of character. So who knows if Zelda does some adventuring?
Yeah.
It just makes me want to play this game even more. Like the art, I love the art design in it.
And as we mentioned, before we actually started tonight, give us a female main character. Let us choose. Do something.
Yeah.
Because there's no gender specificity of Link.
Yeah, there's never a love story.
Yeah.
How hard would it be for them to just build a game, code it with, you pick, even if this wants to be just like cisgender, like heteronormative, just have it if you pick a boy or a girl, Zelda is the opposite gender. It's either a prince or a princess. You know what I mean? And that would be like whatever. But that's the story they can do. So at least you could.
Zelda.
So yes, exactly. So at least you could play your gender. You know what I mean? Which would be kind of fun. But whatever.
A new expansion for Shovel Knight.
Yep.
As well.
Well, it's not an expansion actually, is it? Is it just its own brand new game?
Well, Plague of Shadows was kind of an expansion of Shovel Knight.
Yeah. It's a prequel to Shovel Knight, and it looks like it's like NES level bit. So it looks pretty cool.
It's even downscaled more than before.
I believe so. Yeah, it's like a prequel. It might just
be an alpha, but either way.
Yeah, who knows?
Free download. It is a new expansion for the game.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. That
prequel.
Was Plague of Shadows. That was Plague of Shadows.
Yeah, so, Spectre of Torment's a new game for Shovel Knight, which is like a game that pretty much aped Mega Man, but in a way that was like, oh, this isn't copying Mega Man. This is like, hey, what if Mega Man turned into a new series and was awesome? So people love Shovel Knight.
Eat that, Mighty Number 9.
Yes. Yeah, Mighty Number 9 was completely god-awful.
Yep.
A bad game. Let's see here. That Dragon Cancer won an award. That was the game based on a man's experience with his son getting cancer, and he kind of made a video game to tell that story, which is kind of an incredible thing to do. A tough thing to do. Incredible game. So you'll see my during the Extra Life stream next year. You'll see my That Dragon Cancer speedrun that I've got planned. So we'll get through that. We got a lot of exploits that we can use to get through the game. I'll make the kid die real soon. I'm joking, but I mean that's kind of how video games are too. But that's what we think of as video games. But this guy built a game that kind of told a story deeper than your typical video game narrative. So he gave a pretty good acceptance speech, kind of. Nolan North talked about how he wasn't with the people striking for video game voice acting with SAG-AFTRA, the voice actors union, kind of being like, "Hey, man, game designers and programmers need to get paid too." And it's like, okay, but game designers do make hundreds of thousands of dollars here, whereas some voice actors don't make nearly that much, and they don't get benefits. It's like,
we can get into that, but I'd rather when we have a bunch of time, because I kind of want to get into the strike and kind of what's going on with that.
Yeah, why don't you pencil that in next episode? Because I would like to talk about that more, because that's something that's really interesting.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. There's a lot of...
But long and short of it is...
Level nuance too.
Yeah, the voice actors union has gone on strike for just basically more representation, more money, more... They want to get some of the back end on games because, like video games, voice acting is a pretty big part. And, like when you think about Solid Snake, you think about the voice acting, that's a character you think of, you know what I mean? Like, and does he get compensated like, as someone who is iconic to a franchise? Not really, and that's it's a big argument, so.
Yep.
Whereas where people would know Nolan North as the voice of Nathan Drake, so.
Mm-hmm.
But he's clearly being paid well enough to not be striking with the other.
He's in a different tier altogether.
Yeah, he's like a voice acting Al Pacino, or he's just on top of the world right now. So.
Yep.
But Telltale Games, the Guardians of the Galaxy episodic game next year. We heard about that. Let's talk about the Death Stranding trailer, though.
Oh.
So did you see that, Matt?
Yeah, I did.
That's Guillermo del Toro, like straight up in CGI.
It's a pretty good movie.
A pretty good CG movie?
Yeah.
So the Game Awards is pretty interesting, because last year, Kojima was, like, historically snubbed. As I think Metal Gear Solid 5 won an award, or he was given an award for Lifetime Achievement, right? In gaming? Something like that.
Yeah.
He won an award, and he was not able to be around to accept it. So I think Jeff Keighley or someone else came up and accepted it for him and talked about how Konami did not allow him to appear on the awards. Like hashtag fuck Konami news.
Yep.
Just watch Jim Sterling talk about fuck Konami. But every week, basically. So, his new game, post Konami, his Kojima Studios game, is called Death Stranding. We saw a trailer at E3, I think we talked a little bit about, with Norman Reedus, nude Norman Reedus, clutching a baby on a beach with a bunch of dead whales and some weird music playing.
It's Reedus plus Fetus.
Yeah, Reedus and Fetus. Kojima premiered a new Death Stranding trailer at the Game Awards with, thankfully, not nude Guillermo del Toro. No offense, Guillermo, but I feel like Norman Reedus' bod is a little bit more toned than yours as a director. He's a little bit younger, too. But, this guy who looked like Guillermo del Toro is in this trailer. You should watch the trailer. It's really creepy and weird, and I love it. It's kind of like protecting what looks like a little tube, has a baby in it that you find out. And it's like, oh, shit. And, like, everything's dead around it. It looks like the soldiers are like skeleton men, right?
Yeah.
Like they look like undead soldiers.
It's like, hey, who turned out the lights?
Are walking around, and he is like trying to protect this baby. And so I don't know what's going on from this. Like we could do trailer analysis, but the trailer looks pretty fucking cool. Like it kind of looks like there are people controlling like undead, and like everything is dead because like the water he was in seemed to be full of like dead fish and stuff. So it kind of seems like something. I feel like a Why the Last Man scenario. Like a huge amount of the world's population was killed, and like just of every creature, like something happened to kill living things, and like there's people that control the undead, and like maybe people that have the living under control, and it's kind of like, I don't know. It looks neat though, right? Stylized and neat.
Yeah, it looks cool.
I'm excited. Anything else? TJ, any thoughts? Or did you?
I didn't watch that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We should. It's pretty cool. But Mads Mikkelsen shows up as the end, as kind of the villain. I love that guy. Right, Matt? That guy's great. Did you watch
that dude can play
Doctor
a
Strange?
villain. No, not yet.
So he's a villain in Doctor Strange. He's Hannibal on the TV Hannibal show. And you may remember him in Casino Royale as the villain. The guy who cried blood. Like, he just is a good, like, villain. Love that guy. So I'm kind of excited for him to be in a game, so. Bulletstorm. Did you play Bulletstorm, TJ?
I know of it. I know the craziness. I just not played it.
So Bulletstorm was on Xbox 360, and it was kind of a first-person shooter where it was like kind of like Gears of War-y a little bit, but it also was like it's like, okay, do this combat in this arena and try and string together like 20 headshots.
Crotch shot, bonus combo.
Bonus. It was like trying to get combos on kills, and like it had this crazy grappling hook where you could like shoot it across the arena and pull someone towards you and shoot them in mid grappling hook pull. Like it was just this crazy like stylized cover based shooter that like awarded players bonus like ammo and experience for doing crazy kills. So I'm excited to see that come back though. I feel like it kind of got a little overlooked on the 360. So
I don't know if it's worth a $60 price tag though.
That's true.
That's the rumor. I don't think it was to begin with, and I don't think remaster is going to be. But it's a fun game for 30. It's a fun game for 20. You know.
Yeah, like for instance, I bought Bulletstorm for
I think I
like
could buy
$10, $20 used.
I could buy it now for $5. I think.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little game, but yeah. And Starbase DLC for Rocket League add-on, Starbase ARC.
When I looked at the description of this, when it said it was an octagonal stadium, it is one of the ones that was in Rocket Lab, so it's going to be a stadium I'm familiar with, but now it's going to have true elements put in to make it look like something. But it's going to play like an interstellar laser show. That's going to look weird. But
it's pretty cool.
Free updates. I love all these free updates, but then they have some paid stuff you can always add, and that helps them out as well. So,
yeah, I just want to say Rocket League is an incredibly fun game. Like, even if you're someone who's like, I don't like sports, Rocket League is fucking fun. Like, it is literally just a crazy, like, fun car game where you just drive around hitting a ball in a car. Like, and it just, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of bridges the gap between entertainment and sports, and gaming and sports, that I think is pretty cool. Like, I don't know, it kind of actually made me more, like, interested in watching and understanding, like, soccer or football matches, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I kind of get it now. Like, oh, that guy's staying back to, like, cover in case, you know, the ball gets back there. And, oh, this guy's setting up an assist where he's standing outside in front of the goal so the guy can kick it right to him and hit it. I don't know. But when you play it as cars with boosts and jumping around and doing air touch moves, that's pretty cool. So, I'm excited.
You think we got 5 minutes for a PlayStation Experience rundown? Because
let's fucking do the PlayStation Experience rundown. It's pretty fast.
Last of Us Part 2 got announced with a good reveal trailer.
Yes, I haven't seen the trailer yet.
It is beautiful. It's a
but
beautiful
did you
trailer.
play the first Last of Us?
I watched the entire first Last of Us. I need to play it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a gorgeous game where the gameplay reflects your, you know, the whole gameplay is just you have little and you deal with it, and that's completely shown through the story as well. Gameplay and story mirror each other. I love when they do that.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just a good. I can't really say it's a zombie game. like an infected game, maybe
Yeah.
the original is like, because they're
It's a
not zombies. It's like plant
Zombie-esque.
spores.
Yeah. Zombie-esque, though.
Yeah, definitely survival horror.
A standalone solo experience of Uncharted 4: The Lost Legacy. I don't know if this is part of that triple pack season pass or if it's just a separate piece, but that's coming out.
Some single player DLC.
Yeah, you don't play as Nathan Drake in this though.
Okay.
Which looks a lot of fun. New Marvel vs. Capcom game announced.
All right.
Vs. Capcom Infinite.
Can I talk about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite?
Yes, absolutely.
Now the rumor is that this game is fucking bullshit.
No X-Men.
Is that the games are not going to include any Marvel they're not going to include any Marvel characters not owned by Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
So,
And
hey, you like the X-Men? You like Magneto? You like the Sentinels that were in all of the old? Fuck you. We're not going to have them.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, instead you're going to have Ant-Man, who's everyone's excited about, and Guardians of the Galaxy, which I legitimately would be excited about.
Yep.
But yeah, it's kind of really, I mean, you're missing the X-Men in your Marvel game, which is kind of fucking crazy to me.
Especially because didn't it used to be, Street Fighter versus the X-Men?
No, it was Street Fighter. It was Street Fighter.
Street Fighter versus
it was
Marvel.
Marvel vs. Capcom, but the X-Men were part of it because Capcom had produced those X-Men arcade games, like Children of the Atom and all those cool games. So it was like, oh shit, let's put these in here. Yeah, so I don't know. It just seems like kind of like, all right, because that was kind of the rumor, and then seeing the trailer and kind of seeing the only Marvel characters being like the Avengers and
Cinematic Universe stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, you're really missing a big part of it here. Wipeout. Coming back.
Yeah, you're jumping down. Well, at least
I love
my
Wipeout.
list.
Oh.
Yep.
It's the next on my list, but Wipeout.
Yes.
Omega Collection.
And that is part of a whole series of things getting remasters on PS4.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, hey, we're going to remaster old games. I think this has, next summer, this is going to have, let's see here, Wipeout HD from 2008, Wipeout Fury, which is the expansion of that, and Wipeout 2048. So a lot of PS3 Wipeout games all come together in one package. I like Wipeout a lot, so... But I don't know if I can spend money on this again. Like,
they mentioned Patapon also getting an HD. I don't know if it's going to be just the one or all three of those.
Can we just talk about like the fucking South Park member berries that's going on lately in video games? Like,
and that's what's happening.
Remember Parappa the Rappa? We're gonna bring that back.
Hey, I want it.
I actually do want Parappa the Rapper. I haven't played that in a long time.
I'd also rather have a 3. I never played Parappa 1. I only played the
Really?
demo. Yeah, I know all the songs from Parappa 1, but I only played Unjammer and Parappa 2.
Parappa 1 is such a good game.
Oh, it absolutely is. And then the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. So
yes!
remastering all 3 in a single package.
Yes. So it was during E3 that the PlayStation guy had come out with a Crash Bandicoot shirt, and everyone's like, oh shit, new Crash Bandicoot. Nah, remaster.
Yeah.
But that's still something, you know? If you remember playing Crash Bandicoot fun. It just kind of sucks because it's like, are you guys going to charge fucking $40 for this? Like, can I just get this for $20? You know, like, I don't know. They're going to probably charge, what, $30, you think? $60?
I don't know. Well,
3 games.
Talking all 3, so...
fucking A. Like...
It's going to be a 39 or a 59.
I just want to talk about this. That Ratchet and Clank remaster that came out
I heard it was good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I bought it. It's incredible. It was $30 new. Like, I was like, of course I'm going to play this. Like, I never played the original Ratchet and Clank, so it was all new and fun. And, like, it just looks good, and the platforming's fun. Like, anyway. It's just kind of like, what are you doing? Like, anyway. Knack 2, huh?
Knack 2, yeah.
Yeah, remember Knack that nobody played? We're getting a sequel, baby.
I heard it was okay. It's just no one played it.
I want to say that Knack is one of the only games I've ever played, like recent games, where I've wanted to break my controller in half.
Just that frustrating?
That game can get frustrating. It's very Japanese platformer, so it is kind of unforgiving in some spots. And I liked it all right. It looked cool, but I don't know why it needed a sequel. I don't think it really has cachet, but Sony owns the IP. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
and it's legit co-op this time instead of kind of that weird whatever they did.
They can try some new stuff.
Yep.
Ni no Kuni 2.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that first game was so good. Pokemon. But but Studio Ghibli Pokemon.
Nier Automata has a date now.
Yeah.
March 17th, which...
Yep. I don't know anything about the Nier series.
I don't know either. I just wanted to kind of sneak this in there. That's rumored date for the Nintendo Switch in Europe. But just saying. And then later that week for Japan and US, so...
Yeah.
Yep.
It's exciting. Lots of cool stuff coming out.
Lara Croft Go is going to be ported to the PS4 and PS Vita.
What is? Sorry?
Lara Croft Go.
Oh, yeah, the mobile game. That's actually really cool if you want to try it out. Lara Croft Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
that's it.
6, Yakuza 6 and Kiwami, which is a remake of the first one. And then they announced that beginning hour demo of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard is going to... The demo will support VR now.
I just want to say this about Resident Evil 7. So, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard is the name of the game in the US. In Japan, the Resident Evil series is known as Biohazard.
Yep.
So in Japan, the name of the game is Biohazard 7 Resident Evil, which I think is just a delightful coming together of both of the series.
Yep.
They've done it. Yeah, so... Yeah, there's some pretty cool game news coming on. We're getting into the new year, so... I don't know if, TJ, you want to do this, but in the previous years, I've done a Game of the Year awards for Born in the 80s, so...
Yeah, we could do it. I mean...
Let's do it.
I played some of the... Well, not a lot of the games, but I have enough opinions on the stuff I didn't play.
We can talk about... I've written blog posts in the past, I think.
Yeah.
I have my Game of the Year shortlist that I've written up already. So, but we could talk about it on the podcast if we wanted to. If you wanted to come up with the top 10,
okay,
we could do it. So,
yeah, I could throw some stuff together.
Yeah, we could each talk through our top 10 pretty quick. So we can look forward to that in the future. I think we'll do that probably. I've traditionally done Game of the Year like the first couple weeks of January. That makes the most sense to me because then you got the whole year. And then everything that came out that year, we'll talk about early on. So we'll do 2016 and 2017. Matt Hag.
Yes.
We're done with this episode.
That was good because I'm getting tired real fast.
It sounds
Matt,
I think I'm gonna be too tired to stream.
Matt, do you want to know what I've done?
I can't believe you've done that. What have you done?
Do you want to know how many glasses of bourbon do you think I've had?
4.
You are 100% correct.
Yes. What do
I have about half a finger left in my fourth glass of bourbon. So, what's the website people can go to?
BornInThe80s.net.
That's right, BornInThe80s.net. You can always find us on Born in the 80s podcast. You can search Twitter. We have a tweeter account. Oh fuck, I'm drunk. Now that I've mentioned it, it's coming out. We have a Twitter account. We have a Facebook
For one time, the sober one.
I know. Born in the 80s podcast on Facebook. You can find updates there, or you can go to bornintheeighties.net to go to episode pages with like descriptions or whatnot. You can leave comments there. If you leave comments, we can talk about them on air. Or you can email us at bitecast@gmail.com. Lots of ways you can get in touch. So love to hear from you guys.
Absolutely.
I always love it when you guys email in. I know Brett's emailed in, Aaron's emailed in. It's always good to hear that. Jacob Nelson, of course, here in Madison has
if you go back to
fan.
if you go back to episode 6, I emailed in.
That's right. Exactly. It's all good. So feel free to contact us. Tell your friends about the show. Like, comment, subscribe. We actually record these live on YouTube. Typically Thursday, Friday, or Saturday night. It kind of rotates depending on the availability of all 4 of us. So
Yeah.
let us know. Thanks, Brett, for watching. Give us a like. It's really useful. I'm going to have the Tasteful Bosoms on this episode. So
follow us individually on our social media.
yes,
John
Twitter.
John Danger on Twitter. Or John
May
_Danger
of May 84.
on Twitter. May
Hey.
of May at Twitch.
Buy
Yep.
my Westworld cover, like, everywhere. Just buy
Or
it and stream it everywhere.
you know, if you can't buy it though, right? Just want to get on SoundCloud and stream that a bunch, or Spotify.
Yeah, it hasn't shown up on Spotify yet, but hopefully by the time this episode comes out. It's, like, on every store except Spotify.
So when you get
Yeah.
that on Spotify, get some streams in from that. It's cool. I've listened to it. Or you can check it out on YouTube, right? You have YouTube monetized, right?
Yeah, but I don't have a video for that one. I just,
Oh, okay. Not yet, but, you know.
Someday.
Check out Matt's Westworld cover. I think I linked to it on the 2 episodes ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. So we'll all try streaming some more, and you can look forward to extra live stream next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll get everybody together. At least TJ, Matt, and I. Maybe Adam will show up.
Will somebody please think of the children?
Yes, we gotta help the children. I gotta
Not my
end this
children.
episode. Not your wait, why not
Not
your
my-
children? You just wanted to live the hardships?
No, they're not dying. I mean, we're all
Oh.
dying, but you know.
Okay. You're saying my kids are fine, let's help the sick kids.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
Exactly.
Mhm.